You live stream off of.
Pull it up on your computer, Daniel. See if you can see it complete.
I mean, what I do, God's warrior?
Yes, sir.
What you want to see if the room open?
Yeah. Let's see if I'm up because I just went live. So it should be showing me now.
Yeah, you on.
Oh, okay. All praise.
So
That's still a flaw.
Straight.
Huh?
You run him straight through.
I should be able to.
That'd be good. So you get it.
I mean, I had different plans. I wasn't gonna even show my face this Shabbat. I was gonna show the Hebrew Israelite Radio Network logo and let people focus on what's being heard versus tripping on my face. So we had one of them booty boys in there tripping off me last week, and one of the commenters was like, he was looking at you, Brother Tobias, saying something about, I wish I was as handsome as that man. Everybody was questioning whether he was a fag or not. I was feeling some type of way.
Boy, you say you didn't woke up on that.
I wasn't even planning on it. Man, hopefully that I might have to put that stitcher cord on it.
Yeah, you should hear that coming through.
Oh, you see that Russian strangle Conor McGregor ass to death last night, and then a wild brawl.
I seen the brawl. I ain't see the fight.
You know, I didn't know that was live. You know, I was kind of scrolling through. Boy,
that
choked him out.
They had that motherfucker tapping out to save his motherfucking life. Shit talking Irishman. That motherfucking Russian bastard was strangling the fuck out of that motherfucker. Boy. Then leaped over them top octagons, man, and shit leaped at Conor McGregor's handlers, man. A wild brawl broke out.
The same one that choked him out.
Man, I don't even know how to.
It was hilarious, boy. They ready to not pay that motherfucking everything this morning.
Well, how I'm gonna do this? Okay.
Yeah, you need a brace.
You know what? Let me take that out.
Because
I gotta stand on it.
Boy, choked him out like that, huh? They not take away in the stretcher, did they?
And it's live right now, Jacob, just so you know, they picking up everything you're saying.
Okay, I'm gonna mute you then.
Yeah, we had the mishap last week. I just thought I warned you ahead of time. Now I'm dealing with something new here. I'm trying to figure this out. Okay, I just turn my volume down. Or is your volume?
Yeah, because it's on this headphone.
Right, I was just gonna say, so that's the volume.
As soon as he turned this one up, that can come on. So you shouldn't be.
Y'all got microphone, got headphones.
Got mine now.
Okay.
Now that's the only way they should be able to hear it now.
Okay.
Clear. But you can turn it down until we get ready to go.
Okay.
So he can.
All right, we got 1 minute. Okay. I'll do the first strike.
Boy, this thing. Yeah, how you text back?
When I get this up, we'll see from here on the first break or stuff.
Okay.
We'll double back this way. And block it with them earphones or something, put it in between there and be like a station. I mean, over there, yeah.
My mic jack was in the top right here.
It went off again.
No, we're good.
I'm almost up in a minute.
Hmm.
I'll be up in a minute.
Oh, okay.
I'll see you still going.
Okay. I'm barely hearing you coming through here. Oh.
We're broadcasting live from the north side of the St. Hale. You're listening to the world's most dangerous talk show, the Hebrew One Show. Shalom. All praise, honor, and glory is unto the Most High Yah, the Elohim of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It's time for the 12 tribes to wake up. Shouts out to the brothers and sisters listening live over in the holy land of Israel. Shalom. Shouts out to the ox and the coats up under the whole queen over there in England. Shalom. Shouts out to the Hebrews up in Canada and Alaska, the Jamaican Islands, Caribbean Islands, Central and South America. Shalom. Shouts out to the Israelites down for the fight over in the Netherlands, way over in Australia, down there in them Pacific Islands of Guam. Shalom. For who is like unto the Most High Yah? There is none, nor ever shall be. We pay homage to the captain of our faith, an uncrowned king, Yahushua HaMashiach, the Lion of the tribe of Yehudah. Shouts out to our fellow captives down here in the valley of death. Shalom. Shalom. And welcome once again to Hebrew Israelite Radio Network. We're broadcasting live from the north side of the St. Hale. You're listening to the world's most dangerous talk show, the Hebrew One Show. I'm your host this morning. You can slow down on that one, player. I'm your host this morning, Brother Jacob Israel, the Hebrew one in studio with me is my friend Daniel Solomon.
Shalom, family.
And to his immediate right is Tobias. Shalom.
Shalom, family.
How you Israelites doing this morning?
Feeling good like Hebrew should, bro.
Another blessed day above ground, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The warfare continues. Boy, I had a excellent Bible class Friday night, and then 10 levels of hell broke out, boy. Boy, you know when this season of the witch comes, boy,
Yeah.
it's just Hashatan, boy, just pour forth unclean spirits.
Yes, sir.
We got some elders over in the land ain't quite seeing eye to eye, you know, kind of got a little contention with one another. But it just kind of proved the point, Daniel Solomon. It don't make no difference where you posted up on this earth, be in Zion. Deuteronomy the 28th chapter, them chains gonna follow you, ain't they, partner?
Boy,
Yes, sir.
look like a pit bull on them chains, you know, when he run and don't realize he only got 10 feet and he's trying to run 11 feet and he's snatching back.
Just snatch him back,
Snatch
boy.
him back into Deuteronomy 28.
You can't get around it.
Ain't no way to run from
And, you know, we praying for our elders over our mind because, you know, we really supposed to be setting the example, especially from on high, living in the holy.
Yes, sir.
But it just proved the point. You know, these spirits of division, Daniel Solomon, discord, boy, it ain't just happening here in the STA.
No, it's all over, Jay.
You know, they about to have civil war down in Atlanta over that flea doctrine, Daniel Solomon.
Yeah.
What you think about that, boy?
You know, it's a hot topic, you know, so people are seeing it different ways, you know. It's a few questions we always ask, you know, to get right to the heart of it. You know, everybody knows the scriptures that you're going to.
Correct.
You know, but there's certain things that if it's going to mirror Ezekiel 20:33, then there's certain things got to happen just like it happened then.
Right.
You know, because this is what the script's saying. You can't change it to make it work how you want it to work.
Right.
It says it has to be just like Egypt, but on a worldwide scale. So if it's four corners, which corner you running to for safety?
Correct.
You know, and then you have to look again, is this mental fleeing it in your current surrounding? Because how do you flee youthful lust? Can you just run to another spot, the backwoods of Canada, and youthful lust will be gone?
No. That's spiritual, most definitely.
No. So we understand if you can flee that in your mental, because you would have to be void of women to flee youthful lust.
It still come upon you.
Or void of men if you like them. You know what I'm saying, Jake? So you would have to be free of that. You would have to get out of that zone that where youthful lust would attack you. Same way as fleeing Babylon. When it comes, you got to flee it mental. You see it coming. Right. You know, you got to prepare your mind first, but you know, you got some Jeremiah 29 that tell you stay put. Right. Build ye houses, have wives, and I'm coming and get you.
Right. In the 3+ decades, Daniel Solomon, that we've been dealing with this flea doctrine since we first heard of it over 30 years ago, the question I always have is, where y'all taking off running to?
Right. And not only that, what we going to do about this penitentiary situation?
What about all the Hebrews been free casing? Locked up. Is you running off leaving your elders, and some of you running off, you're going to leave your babies, but you're mad at the baby mama? Is you fleeing? What is it? Right. Nah, I've always stated that if the Most High put it in your ruach to do this or do that, y'all be with you. Because if y'all is with you, who can be against you, Daniel?
That's right.
But looking at this body as a whole, we got Hebrews can't afford to move across the street, Daniel Solomon.
Look, and if every time we've been in captivity, the head of that nation, the president or the king of that nation, you know, he gets a visit from the Most High. Breaks him down and forces him to sign the paperwork. If we ain't got no paperwork here signed from Trump yet, you know, or what are you preparing for? Who gonna go to him like Moses and Aaron?
That's right.
You know, that part has to be the same way. It's traditional, so to speak, of our readying to go home.
Correct.
So, you know, this nation has to say, okay, I'm ready to tap out now. Your God is supreme. I'm tapping out.
That's right.
You know, and all of y'all opening prison houses doors up. See, we have to come out together. See, Dathan came out with us. That's how Dathan got in the wilderness.
That's right.
So you have to even understand that Dathan got blood put on his doorpost.
That's right.
And he was a bootlicker. These Negroes today bootlicking.
That's right.
Couldn't compare to Dathan.
So
and then went on into the wilderness and got swallowed up.
So they can anticipate when they fleeing that there may be a few rebels amongst them.
Gonna be some rebels amongst you.
Gonna be a few rabble rousers, a few millie miles.
That's what the
tagging right along with
it for. Is to purge out the rebels.
Correct. Now, as I stated, Daniel Solomon, as we move into this season of the witch, boy, the devil is raising 10 levels of hell worldwide because he knows his time is short.
Right.
And as we witness these things, Zion, just be ever mindful. The remnant is going to get it.
Yeah.
Right.
In the end, the remnant is going to get understanding.
Absolutely.
And the remnant will come together and these bones shall live.
Right.
When you understand the 2/3 prophecy concerning the house of Israel in the last days, Daniel Solomon ain't no getting around it, partner.
No.
Some of us just ain't gonna get it right.
Right. You know, and just like some probably was left in Egypt that didn't put blood over their doorposts. Because see, that warning wasn't just, that warning was for all Israel.
Correct.
You know, and you can believe it, some brothers sitting up playing dominoes and man, when we supposed to do something a little later? I don't know. If you got the big six, put it down.
That's right. Now, go ahead, Dr. Bias.
I got this Ezekiel 34 here confirming what y'all were just talking about. Basically saying in verse 11 through 12. For thus saith the Lord God, behold, I, even I, will both search my sheep and seek them out, as a shepherd stretcheth out his flock in the day that he is among his sheep that are scattered. So will I seek out my sheep, and will deliver them out of all of the places whether they have been scattered in the cloud and dark day. Yeah. So where he scattered us, he gonna gather us.
Right, in the cloudy and dark day.
Yes, sir.
So you have to understand that when that horn hit,
correct,
it's gonna be a four-corner hit of a horn. So that's when the gathering take place.
At the last trump.
See, you can't have a Hebrew rapture.
Right. Ooh.
You know, a gathering before a pre-tribulation rapture.
Correct.
See, that's what I keep talking about, that Hebrew Christianity.
Are they trying to avoid being wore out?
Hey, it's coming.
Where we read that the saints shall be wore out.
Right.
Is they trying to run and hide from what we face?
Well, what happens is you're looking for imaginary place to go to before the drama hits. See, that's the same as the rapture in the church. It's pre-trib.
Right.
That's right.
See, let's get out before it happened. Where you going? Just like we asked the rapture people, where you going? Up in the clouds, where?
Right.
Where you going?
You ain't growing wings and flapping nowhere. Who told you gonna have hawk wings leap out the back of your back to escape what we face in this hour?
Right.
Go ahead, Tobias.
Right here in Matthew 24, confirming what we just read, a second witness, and confirming what Daniel was just talking about pre-tribulation. It's gonna be after the tribulation. Immediately after the tribulation of those days. Immediately after the tribulation of those days.
Right.
This is Matthew 24 and 29. Shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of the heaven to the other. So,
I mean, that's a clear prophecy of how it's going to go down.
Right.
So, you know, I understand the let's get away from here. But then we got Matthew, what was it, 24:16? I'm looking for. And if you be in Judea, there's going to be some running in Judea.
Yeah. Yep.
Flee to the mountains.
Yep. That's exactly it, bro.
See, and that's a if.
Right.
That's not a or you must be in Judea and flee to the mountains. If you be in Judea, flee to the mountains, because that mountain is going to split open. Now you talking about the safety zone. That's the only zone that you're really looking at that the Most High is clear on, that when you see a mountain split in half and it's a valley and then you run through and it closes back up on you.
Correct.
To save you, so to speak, if you be in Judea.
Right.
Now, another question that I always have, because you remember, Daniel, maybe a decade or so, it wasn't even a decade or so ago, because I made a video on this.
Sure.
We had some brothers here in the STL that was running around here talking about we need to take off over to
Petra, Georgia.
the ancient home of the
Esau
the Edomite.
Yeah.
And I did a little research, man. They actually doing tourism over there. They taking people, showing them the rose red dead caves of Petra.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, what are you gonna do? Run up in them caves and hide? Man, it was just crazy to me. Crazy to me.
Oh.
Now, some of you Negroes on paper, you need permission to cross state lines. How you gonna get on the other side of the world?
Right.
And like I said, this fleet doctrine, and I look at a Negro like Little Dickie Shepherd, because he uses that fleet doctrine to fleece the hell out of Israel. Got scared sisters and brothers taking off, running over to Egypt, and abandoned their ass over there dying.
Yeah.
Why they fleeing when
we
he
had
don't gather?
A Cotique from Ecuador called us.
Right.
Earthquake ravaged, typhoons coming, scared to death. Send us a picture from our front door showing that water. Boy, it wasn't nothing to be. I'm like, what you run down there for?
Right.
Then we had some of his people call us and told us what his scheme was. You give us 5,000 and we'll get you set up. But you're going to need at least another 5,000 to survive.
How long that's been since then?
Boy, they get over there and they stop taking their phone calls. All the leaders who done sent their ass took off running. They ain't nowhere to be found. They ain't living next door to them. Right. Over in Egypt, over in Ecuador, wherever the hell else they sending them.
Right.
So, we always been kind of look with a John decide with this fleet doctrine, Daniel Solomon.
And like I said,
don't that connotates fear? Yeah. You're running scared.
Yeah.
Man, the fearful and them believing ain't got nothing coming. Go ahead.
And all I'm just saying is that if you over in Judea, if you in these spots, it's just telling you that if you're there, tribulation still coming there.
Right.
America is allied with Israel. America is allied with all of these nations that you possibly
they all Gentile nations. Yes or no?
So they're in on that G20. So you ain't gonna run to their spot and they gonna back off.
Right.
And all of the African nations, they got locked down on sanctions. So all they have to do is turn the sanctions up on them. Look, this thing was done by James Monroe and Abraham Lincoln.
Long ago,
late 1800s, they set up Liberia.
That's right.
And they've been warned ever since.
Banging like hell. Nah, there was a time we had Israelites living over in the land saying that y'all some bunch of cowards. You supposed to take off running and flee and come on over here to Israel. And we're like, how y'all living? Y'all on that Roman noodle diet? Right. Y'all ain't on weapons. What is y'all running over? When y'all gonna stop them homosexual queer bastards from having queer ass parades in the holy city? You ain't running nothing but your mouth, and y'all ain't even running Demona down there.
Right.
Then we come to find out that's a pedophile's heaven. They molesting the hell out of children.
Boy, you say a pedophile's heaven.
And hell, from what we heard Friday night, even though y'all been living over there for decades, y'all still squabbling like Hatfields and McCoys amongst one another, even amongst the few that's living over there. So ain't no such thing as salvation by location when y'all get through talking.
That's right.
We got 40 million here, so they say. That's just in America.
And that's just Yehuda representing America. Yehuda overspread to the four corners. What about the other 11 tribes?
That's right.
Have 70 to 80% of them are penal bound.
Now, I heard some of them say we should take off running to parts of Africa. Let me share with y'all what's still going down in parts of Africa. Y'all open up a Google page.
Oh, man.
And I want y'all to type this in. Hunter-gatherers from Tanzania. Tanzania. Butcher a dead baboon. Let me say this again. Hunter-gatherers. They still got hunter-gatherers running around over in Hamitville.
Yes, sir.
From Tanzania, Tanzania. Butcher a dead baboon. Hit enter. And pull up the whole Queen's Daily Mail link. The entire headline reads, hunter-gatherers from Tanzania butcher a dead baboon they'll cook for dinner. As last 1,000 of the Hasda tribe battle to preserve an ancient way of life. Do y'all see that picture there?
Yeah.
Of that baboon look as big as a grown man? Did they look like they performing a medical operation on?
What? Wow, no, sir.
These Hamites that's about to enjoy these baboon burgers.
Wow.
Do you think the Hasda tribe gonna welcome the tribe of Israel amongst their asses? Daniel Solomon wouldn't be no sleeper.
No.
Boy, could y'all imagine being out in the woods next to some bastards, boy, that would dissect a baboon like this, man, pulling out cutlets and chops, talking about they getting ready to eat delicately, boy. Boy, they couldn't be trusted as far as you could throw they Hamite ass. And we talking to 2018.
Yeah.
And some of these primitive Hamite bastards still living like this. Don't even know what draws is in 2018. What they gonna run? What they gonna hide, boy? Huh?
Look, this come down to faith.
Right.
Go ahead, Tobias.
I wanted to hear that on that fear that you was talking about, Brother Jacob. I want to hit that 2 Timothy chapter 1 and 7. For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of sound mind. And I want to give a second witness in that 1 John 4 and 18. There is no fear in love, but perfect love cast out fear, because fear hath torment. He that feareth is not made perfect in love.
Boy, yeah, that's powerful. Fear torment the hell out of you, Jay, walking down the street and them winter leaves, them fall leaves.
When them maple leaves come scratching across the ground behind you, think a pit bull tearing after your ass. That sudden fear will have your ass with a bruised chest plate from your kneecaps, punishing your chest plate, you taking off low running, you turn around and ain't nothing but a damn leaf scratching behind you. But your imagination and your fear had you thinking it was a pit bull tearing out after your ass.
Yeah.
Boy, you can't do nothing, boy, full of fear, Daniel.
No, you can't.
You can't win a chess game trembling with fear.
Nothing.
You can't play checkers trembling with fear. You can't do nothing.
Nothing.
And the Most High truly don't deal with the fearful and unbelieving in this hour.
Right.
Now, last night on the Walk on the Dark Side, of course, we tore the drawers clean off of Hashatan's ass.
Right.
Man, went over how they put up that satanic archway of Baal up in Washington, D.C. in the height of the heathen white folks' business chaos with this Supreme Court nomination. Yes, and boy, they got that alcoholic, block-headed, racist bastard on their Supreme Court, didn't he?
Yeah, man.
And boy, old Donald Trump, boy, was talking noise at them rallies. Boy, that was like a Klan rally with them conservative Republican crackers last night, boy.
Yes,
boy, a civil war is coming amongst these heathens. Do you see how they at each other's throats, Zion?
Yes, sir.
White folks on white folks. That's white folks' business, you Israelites.
That's what it is.
Our deliverance will not be in these crackers' ballot boxes. They can't be trusted. You ain't going to vote your way out of captivity, Yisrael.
No, sir.
You know, the only positive thing you can take from that, what would it say, like you got to get past status or whatever it is?
Correct.
The only thing you can see is how, when 110 speak about how a bishop or a deacon must be blameless, they go through that same examination process with bishops and deacons, according to this gospel.
Mm-hmm.
They rake you over the coals to see if there's anything gonna come up on you that's gonna make this gospel shame.
Right.
So they go over it. That's what would happen with bishops and deacons. They had to be raked over the coals the same way because they have to be found blameless.
Right.
Correct.
You know, so this ain't like a thing where you could just make somebody a deacon like modern day Christianity does. They just make them deacons.
Yes, sir.
You know, look at your bank statement. Oh, shit, 80,000. Oh,
and you're a goat rider too. Come on in.
You're a deacon.
Come on in. Give me stripes off the top, huh?
No knowledge.
These are wicked bastards.
Got no understanding of the scripture, because if he did, he wouldn't be a goat rider.
Correct.
That would be the first thing they rake you over the coals for. Let's get into this book of the instructions by Albert Pike, page 225.
That's
this
right.
Says you must acknowledge Lucifer as God.
That's right. We know you bastards secret and ain't took none of your vows. That's why your coward asses don't call up her. Be it a cracker, Scottish, a free right Mason, or you pig meat eating ass Prince Hall Negroes. We sick of a whole lot of you. And speaking of it, boy, some Hebrew put out a video, man, a couple days ago on Free Case Ray ass.
Did he, boy?
What?
Flashing and Baphomet signs. I played the entirety of it on the Walk on the Dark Side last night. How can any of you Negroes wake up this morning after seeing that, being in that cult organization giving Israel a bad name? How can y'all follow a baboon-looking, free case sodomite? The video still out there with him with that white fingernail and toenail polish on with them Sodom and Gomorrah outfits looking like a hot mess. How can y'all follow these Luciferian, secret wannabe, sneaky ass, goat riding bastards?
And
it ain't like you ain't been warned.
Right. And the thing is that they're trying to explain that they have what's called secret knowledge. You know what I'm saying, Jake?
Yes, sir.
Secret knowledge.
That's how they lure me in.
That's how they lure them in. We know something don't nobody else know, but who you getting that knowledge from? See, this is the same thing that happened in the garden. Oh, God don't want you to be wise.
That's right.
So it's this coming from the same angle. You know, it wasn't like he was keeping Adam from knowing the dark side, so to speak. He had to be raised in righteousness so he know how to battle the dark side first.
Right.
Correct.
Once you get introduced to it first, now you're backpedaling. You're trying to come out of the hole from it then. You know, so you're suffering, and that wasn't the way it was supposed to be. So, you know, it's the same process, Jake. The same old soup warmed over.
Now, of course, this young brother may not be aware of, because I think the way he put his documentary, like he's informing Israel about these Negroes.
Yeah.
But he don't know we did a 6-part series.
Right.
Busting their ass clean out well over a year ago.
That's right.
And thanks to some dry snitching by them hexagram wearing bastards.
Yeah.
Y'all know what happened to the YouTube channel.
Right.
And that was their way of trying to get all of that video off the nets.
Yeah.
But they sadly mistaken.
That's right.
Because all they did was let us know that we needed to build this new platform, which is under construction. BrewTube is coming.
BrewTube coming, boy.
And it's going to blow YouTube ass out the water. Because there will be no restrictions on something that we run. That's made by us, for us. And if you go riding bastards with y'all dry snitching, sneaky, gorilla looking, black infiltrating asses, think y'all done did something, y'all have. And y'all gonna find out. But I'm glad to see his other Israelites waking up to this, Daniel Solomon, and are not afraid to call these wicked Luciferian goat riding bastards out, because they are intentionally misleading Zion. Yeah, nay.
That's right. And see, if you want to understand supernatural knowledge of the heavens and of the earth and prophecy to come, we got to warn that the scriptures speak of his translation was different than anybody's, and that's Enoch. Once you go through the books of Enoch, you get into some Jasher 3rd and 4th chapter that talks about the ascension of Enoch, then you understand that supernatural realm. So whatever somebody else is talking about, because this is Most High driven, this is what he's allowing them to see, not what Satan is saying, you know, I got some secret knowledge too. Hell, I was walking on the stones of fire before Enoch was even thought about.
That's right.
But yeah, your mind was corrupted.
That's
so
right.
Everything he's given is from a corruptive standpoint.
Correct. Go ahead, Tobias.
I want to read that Jeremiah 23:1, hitting on some of the false teachers y'all talking about. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord. That woe me in danger.
Yeah.
And then let me see. I want to hit this Matthew 23 as a second witness to that. It says, woe unto you scribes, Matthew 23:13. I'm moving a little fast. Sorry about that. But woe unto you scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye shut up the kingdom of heaven against men. For ye neither go in yourselves, neither suffer ye them that are entering to go in. Woe unto you scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye devour widows' houses, and for a pretense make long prayer. Therefore ye shall receive the greater damnation. Woe unto you scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye can pass sea and land to make one proselyte, and when he is made, ye make him twofold more the child of hell than yourself.
That's right.
And that's what happened with that Hebrew Christianity, because he talking about Israelites that have man-made doctrine, and that's Pharisee and Sadducees. And he told you, except your righteousness exceed the righteousness of this, you have no part of the kingdom. So if you introduce somebody into this, you make them a child too. You know I ain't going. Because for one, if you lower the divinity of the Messiah to a roll in the hay, you already done. You know, you think he was conceived out of lust.
Correct. To the daddy.
Like we think about.
And this reincarnation bullshit that y'all try to ram down Israel's throat, your dusty ass ain't been here 5 and 6 times. Who the hell told you John reincarnated?
Wow.
5 or 6 times.
Negroes talking about they been here 5 or 6 times and came by a bag of popcorn.
But you know, it's just...
Man, I'm so sick of these spiritual hustlers, I don't know what to do. And boy, if I could, I'd find out where Leroy Bivens' ass is dug up and stomped that nigga's bones in the dust. For this satanic wickedness that he didn't unleash and got Israel caught up. And you know, I did a segment last night on the FBI's hunt for black identity extremists. Showed this Negro that's an ex-Marine that's down in Dallas, want to walk around all day long in broad daylight with machine guns.
Just saying that.
Using the military training he got from the Marines, showing Hebrews their military tactics. And, well, how you going to do that in your adversary's kingdom and don't think your ass going to come up under their gun?
Right.
Make me wonder, man, if some of these cats realize they double agents, Daniel Solomon. They trying to get Hebrew Israelites, and hell, these crazy niggas on the street corners doing working hours. Hobo-ass Negroes got us all over the Khazarian Kikes hate list, right next to the Ku Klux Klan, the neo-Nazis, and the white supremacists. And like this Marine down in Dallas said, this Negro didn't realize they was trailing him, the FBI, like somebody else we know, Daniel Solomon, for 2 years.
Wow.
Now, he admitted they locked his ass up. He wouldn't take the plea deal. At least he stood on it. But they sure kept his ass locked up for 6 months for their pleasure. He admitted he lost his car, he lost his job, he lost his little apartments. You think them heathens gonna apologize for that, Daniel Solomon?
No, sir.
Ain't no apology.
Now, they showed him and another boy sitting out in the park with their fully automatic weapons sitting out there, right? They AR-15s. Of course, the heathens call, oh, there's Negroes out here with AR-15. 20 police show up from everywhere.
Sure did.
And the brother admitted if these cameras wasn't here, this could have went sideways.
Sure did.
Yeah. What's gonna go sideways quick?
Yes,
and he know he already on the setup list.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have been no what do these lying bastards got to do but say, that nigga pointed that at me? That's when no cameras around, there they are, full of bullet holes in the store.
Right.
Smite the shepherd and the sheep to do what, Daniel Solomon?
Flee. You know, and see when Sandra Bland hit it, you know, you had the new Black Power movement go up to that police station Stratton When them forces
hey, y'all throw Moonlight head first up out of here now. Because of the dry snitching, I'm not able to type anything up in the live stream. I can't monitor it. So you need to keep an eye on these morons running up out of here. Throw this Moonlight looking cracker. Get your heathen ass the hell up out of here. Go ask your mama that question, cracker. What's wrong with you? And y'all blame the dry snitchers and their associates for y'all not being able to see the rebroadcast. And they probably gonna make a dry run running up through her.
Yeah.
Now, some of the other mods probably still sleeping. They could have been out stinky legging last night. They ain't with us yet. So, Tobias, you're going to have to pull double duty.
Yeah, I'm trying to do it here, bro.
You got your PC this morning. Yeah. Fumbling around on your smartphone.
I'm trying to get into your Wi-Fi.
He'll give it to you.
On a break, I have to give it to you.
Yeah. And I ain't got it quite down on my phone. I can't even type in the room.
Well, see, that's how the devil works.
Right.
That's how the devil works.
I've been trying to do it the whole time.
You can't forget your equipment when you come into the studio.
Yeah, I know I'm moving a little fast this morning.
Because we got enemies.
Yes, sir.
You know, we couldn't even get the station up till 2 minutes before the show started this morning.
Hit like that, huh?
Y'all don't even know what we have to deal with to keep this live transmission from going forth.
Right.
So again, y'all just gonna have to tolerate the morons that run through here till Octobias can get locked in.
And it's good to see it a little bit so we know we still at war.
Right.
See, we'll get comfortable with only Israel, you know, and we kind of fall victim to that Matthew 5, 46, 47, you know, that where, you know, if we just hang around each other, you know, the Pharisees do that. So we have to see and keep our minds that we are at war because we can get complacent real easy. You know, we that type of people, you know, that it'll just go right over your head shortly after, you know, you're used to doing something week in, week out. You kind of take your eyes off of your watching duty.
Correct.
And see, we're supposed to watch as well as pray. So, you know, it'll be no problem, you know. They can spew a little bit and they're going to do it on the comment boards anyway.
Right.
Correct.
You know, so ain't worried about them.
Well, it is what it is, as they say. Ain't that correct, Daniel Solomon?
Yes,
boy, this warfare continues and it heats up. 314-932-1104 is the call-in number. Shalom, you and I, who we speaking with?
Shalom.
Shalom, Mark Daria. How you feeling up there in New York this morning?
I'm trying to do my best, trying to hold on as usual.
Talk to us.
You see what this thing with this cracker getting voted in, man? He being accused of raping some old white whore about 30-some odd years ago. And they go through all this testifying and everything, and the cracker get off. But my message to our people is, listen, you cannot do what this cracker doing yourself. Because it's it. He's running everything. He run all the court systems. He run the economic system in America, politics, all things. He got it all on lockdown.
In other words, even though it may be legal down in Texas to walk around with your AR-15 slung across your shoulders,
don't you do?
You can't do what this cracker does. Because the police ain't going to be quick to pull up that 9mm and point it at the dome of a heathen walking around strapped like that. But let 5 or 6 of you Negroes in the midnight hour go walking down the boulevard with AR-15 slung across your shoulders.
Remember that video you showed where they showed the white boy walking? It was a test.
Yes.
He walking with his AR-15. Police just kind of look and wave. As soon as they see the brother, oh man.
They was like Rambo on his ass.
Man. It was 30 of them, had him down in the dirt, and the dude came up and said, this is a documentary. You know, this is what we're proving, that it's not equal. They like, we don't care what you prove. We need to make sure this Negro is ain't going to do some killing.
Correct.
That's right.
But they stopped him. I mean, it's an actual video out there. I remember when you showed that, Jeff.
Yes, sir. Zebediah Boaz, throw that cracker head first up out of here.
Right.
What was his name?
Moonlight.
Moonlight. And be on guard, Hebrew. The dry snitches prevent me from even texting up in the room. So keep an eye, Zebediah Boaz. You the sheriff today. Keep an eye on they wicked ass out. Because they coming. And some of these boot-licking ass coon Negroes gonna be running through here too. Y'all keep an eye on them. Go ahead, Hebrew. Talk to us.
And see, like, the reason why these little chumps, you know, with everything in their power to get your station taken off, because they hate you exposing these wicked niggas for what they are, a bunch of dirty rats.
That's right, Al.
Personally, listen, I'm glad that the Father and the King gave me the spirit to see through wicked ass niggas like this.
Hallelujah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't fall for these traps that a lot of our people fall for, like these preachers in these churches. I had the spirit as a youth to see that these cats are liars. And when I came even in that school, I seen some things, man. Because the Father had the spirit on me to see that ain't no way in hell this man could be called himself King David. I saw that within the first half a year.
You talking about Masha's non-talking ass. That Negro talk like a wino. Mush-mouth ass Negro. Sound like a damn wino talking. I'm like, man, how do they believe this Negro is King David reincarnated? Man, they got to be out their mind. Go ahead, Dawiyah.
And it's like this, man. Listen, this walk is supposed to be an honest walk. Yeah. That's why the Lord chose it to be that. He didn't choose you Negroes to walk crooked. If you ain't gonna be honest in the walk, you just might as well stay a part of the world, man. You know what I mean? Because this truth here is about waking the souls of his people, man. Throughout the four corners of the earth. And see, this transmission you got here, that's hitting our people all over the world, man.
Yes, sir.
The message. These cats were jealous that they ain't had the power, the technology, and the wisdom, and the know how to do it. That's why the monkey boy in St. Louis was so envious of you, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to say this too. I don't hate the cat. Ain't about hating nobody in this walk, man. And I let them know I don't like you. And I don't like any deceiving cat amongst our people that is deceiving our people. Ain't none of us perfect in this walk, man.
Correct.
And I'm not going to deceive our people, man.
That's right.
When I see things that happen to our people in this society, even before I was born, man, you know, like when I saw Roots, man, that greatly affected me, man, to this day. That's over 40-something years ago when I saw that on TV, man.
Correct. That's right.
You know what I mean? And I seen, like, our people getting sprayed down with water hoses back in the civil rights era, man. That bothered me, man. And our people being lynched in America. And I'm a soldier for the Most High. I want to destroy those that did this to our people. That's just the way I feel. The power's not in my hand to do so.
Hallelujah.
I'm just saying it greatly. You understand what I mean?
I understand.
The person that takes concern about what his people endures, man, that's me.
Yes,
so
sir.
how the hell can I go out here deceiving our people, man? Trying to get over on our people to get a couple shekels, man. That ain't important to me. Just like this world ain't important to me, man. But we'll see what our people need to know. The judgment is coming for the society. Judgment is coming for us.
Hallelujah.
We don't wake up. I want my brother Octopies to do me a solid.
Yes, sir.
To read the book of Revelation, the 18th chapter, verse 1 to 6, please. Is this okay with you, man?
Yes, sir.
I don't want to take up too much of your time, man.
You say Revelations chapter 18, verses 1 through 6?
Yeah.
Revelations 18, verses 1 through 6. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is falling, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. And all the nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. The merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God have remembered her iniquities. Reward her, even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works, in the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double.
And that's the Lord's judgment that's coming for this society.
Yes,
correct.
sir.
Babylon the Great, which is America right now, and all the kingdoms of this earth that rule.
Hallelujah.
Where our people need to understand is that all we got to do is just hold out and wait for our king.
That's right.
Because our king gonna set it right.
That's right.
We don't have the power to do nothing in this world.
Boy,
So
that's
you
right.
scam all these Negroes, man, you need to sit your ass down. Because trying to make our people running free, what they gonna run from?
What they gonna run
The
to?
world order
Right.
is gonna be established throughout the whole world.
Right.
So if they run into Ecuador, they gonna get control of Ecuador.
Right.
Brazil, wherever they are, China.
That's right.
Wherever, it's going to spread.
Yeah, yeah.
So the free doctrine is a bullshit doctrine, man. It ain't gonna save nobody.
And
You're
look,
gonna have to live this punishment out, these curses out, until the Messiah uplift these curses off of our people's backs, man.
right. And
We're waiting on him to set this record straight, man.
that's right.
Because ain't no man down here can set this record straight, man. The condition of our people, I'm gonna let you get in, brother. The condition of our people is because of our ancestors' disobedience to the Most High.
Yes, sir.
That's why we in this condition.
Yeah.
So the Messiah is making sure that I'm going to get all the credit and glory for delivering you out of this captivity. Because when I was
That's
in
right.
school, they used to tell us, man, that the Lord going to send us the power, we going to do all these things and everything. That's what they told us. And I really wanted them to call up and say I'm a liar, like an RER. Or any of them. I heard this madness up in there, man.
That's right.
And see, I left that school, man, because I told y'all on the show, I would have killed somebody there. Because that's the way we get it. Like between you three out in the studio, man, you can feel the brotherly love between you three in there, man. But did I feel that in there? Amongst the whole remnant of them cats? Nah. All I felt was niggas that wanted to control your life. You the boss. I'm your boss. I'm your captain. I heard all this stuff, man. So what I'm saying about people is this. If we can overcome this world, if we can overcome our enemies, and if we can overcome all these doctrines of this world, then you can truly find the true essence and the meaning of what the Father wants you to do in your life.
Correct.
All you got to do is search and seek and pray for understanding.
That's
Hallelujah.
right. And while you're on that thought process, David, let Tobias hit that Jeremiah 20 now. Start about verse 4. And just read a couple of verses on it. Because what it is, just like you're saying, Babylon is a worldwide system. It's
Correct.
not a particular corner of the earth doctrine or system. It's worldwide. You know, when they meet up, these things are about worldwide. When you're seeing trade agreements and NAFTA, these are worldwide agreements that affect you wherever you at on this planet. So once you remove this from your mental, you have fled Babylon, because they're still in the opposite side, because Satan don't give out free cases. He give out free will cases.
Correct.
You know, if you choose this because you scared and you want to do this, then he does that. But the door is wide open for that, but he don't force your hand. The mark of the beast is not going to be forced upon you. It says there's going to be a cause to force you to take it. And that means if you ain't used to drinking water, if you ain't used to doing this, that lockdown process is going to be on the four corners of the earth.
And somebody throw this barker heathen head first about this phone, this platform.
Yeah.
Crocker, don't come up in here talking about we need to save them Hamites. We ain't forgot what them stinking ass Hamites did to us, let alone 3,500 years ago, the brutal captivity we underwent in Egypt, which was worse than the one we went through here in America.
Right. 10 times worse.
Y'all ain't did no research. How the hell we gonna save Africa? Them Hamites still over there eating baboon burgers. Did you pull up the link I showed you this morning? Them Hamites want Zion to come over there with all our money that we spend in all these Gentile nations and spend it amongst them.
Well, look,
to help they Hamite asses out.
We still got a penitentiary problem. And see, it out of all, and I understand the doctrine, but believe me, I do, and I understand why they.
Hell, if you're gonna run anywhere, run back to Jerusalem. What's wrong with you, Negro?
Yeah.
And you don't want to run back there because you know them Khazarian kites is laying in wait on you.
Yeah.
Y'all used to handling weapons over here. Your ass would get thrown head first in jail over in Israel. You get caught with a gun.
Well, you can't even have a sharpened screwdriver on your possession.
That's what they have. They got screwdrivers, shanks that they walk around with for protection. Homemade shanks. What you gonna do with a homemade shank if somebody kicking in your door and they got a damn gun? No, you ain't running nothing but your mouth over in the Holy Land.
Yes, sir. Hit that Jeremiah 29, start about verse 4 for. And this will give you a little bit of comfort and understand that these are dual prophecy. Jeremiah was good about dual prophecy. And when he's speaking of Babylon, they're talking about a world ruling system.
Correct.
So see what he said, Dr. Bible. Go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 4. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, unto all that are carried away captives, whom I have caused to be carried away from Jerusalem unto Babylon. Build ye houses.
Do what?
Build ye houses, and dwell in them, and plant gardens, and eat the fruit of them. Take ye wives, and beget sons and daughters, and take wives for your sons, and give your daughters to husbands, that they may bear sons and daughters, that ye may be increased there, and not diminished, and seek the peace of the city, whether I have caused you to be carried away captives. Pray unto the Lord for it, for in the peace thereof shall ye have peace. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, let not your prophets and your diviners that be in the midst of you deceive you.
Do what?
Deceive you. Neither hearken to your dreams, which ye cause to be dreams. For they prophesy falsely unto you in my name. I have not sent them, saith the Lord. For thus saith the Lord, that after 70 years be accomplished at Babylon, I will visit you, perform my good word towards you, in causing you to return to this place. For I know the thoughts that I think towards you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expedient end. Expected end. Then shall ye call upon me, and ye shall go and pray unto me, and I will hearken unto you. And ye shall seek me and find me, when ye shall search for me with all your heart.
Go ahead.
And I will be found of you, saith the Lord, and I will turn away your captivity. I will gather you from all the nations.
From just one nation out of 70 years.
From all the nations.
See, now this jumps into dual prophecy. Because it's speaking of the future Babylon.
Right.
See, because that Babylon of 70 years, that was just one area we was in.
Right.
The decree of Cyrus sent us home. But this is now talking about all nations connected with Babylon. Go ahead.
Right.
Just down to that next verse.
And I will gather you from all nations and from all places whither I have driven you, saith the Lord, and I will bring you again into the place where I have caused, to the place I called. I caused you to be carried away captive.
Read that next verse.
Because ye have said, the Lord have raised up prophets in Babylon.
Go ahead, verse 16.
Know that thus saith the Lord of the king that sitteth upon the throne of David, and of all the people that dwell in this city, and of your brethren that are not gone forth with you into captivity. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, behold, I will send upon them the sword, the famine, and the pestilence, and will make them like vile figs that cannot be eaten, They are so evil.
So y'all can continue to read that, but you can even see the ones that were not taken. He said, I'm still sending famine after you. So there is no escape of this captivity of Deuteronomy 28 as you continue to read on that. But you'll see the dual prophecy in there the same way you see in Isaiah 14. The same exact dual prophecies talking about at that particular time and then the time for the future. So he's running them together, but he's telling us, look, build your houses and have your babies, go and do this thing. I'm coming to get you. Right. Don't worry about it. Go and settle yourself in your mind where you at. I'm coming to get you. And this is on the four corners of the earth right now.
That's right.
So it ain't nowhere right. Then if you think you're going to get somewhere and get away from this, he said, I'm going to send a sword of famine after you.
Right.
You ain't going to escape this.
No running from it.
Ain't no running from this. Get your mind straight. Right. Get your heart ready.
Correct.
And I'm coming to get you. Like I came and got locked out of Sodom and Gomorrah.
That's right.
And he came and got him and grabbed these angels, went in Lot's house. So this is going to be a supernatural event, whether you want to reduce this to men trying to control this and have no army, navy, or air force.
That's right. Niggas ain't even got two dead flies to rub together.
This is going to be supernatural, just like it was in Egypt.
And see, this is what kills me. Do y'all realize every one of these Negroes want an escape plan that they didn't came up with or attempting to steal the glory of our deliverance from our Elohim? Y'all don't need none of our help to deliver you, Zion.
That's right.
Does that make sense to anybody? These Negroes and their schemes, how they gonna deliver Israel, how they gonna build a government, how they gonna sit on the ruling party. Where did you read that from Genesis to Revelation?
Right.
But y'all swallow it down. You believe it. You've been deceived. These Negroes can't deliver themselves. And I asked them this morning, where you going? And why ain't you left yet? Why you got to convince a whole lot more people to join you before you even pack up your little hobo satchels and take off? Why ain't you gone? And where you going when you get there?
Right.
That's right.
Enjoy them Baboon burgers. I'll pray for you. Go ahead,
I'll say something quick and I'm going to shut it down.
Go ahead.
All the men of or the prophets of the past and the men who the Lord used back in the day, they were all servants of the Most High.
That's right.
Now, let's take it forward now. All you cats trying to run and flee, let's explain something to you. That supernatural power Daniel was just talking about, ain't no man in this world going to receive that. You understand? So if we ain't going to receive that, how can you tell our people by following you that you going to get them to safety and where nobody going to be able to hurt you? When the Lord ain't going to give you that power. If he would have gave you that power, you would have had it already. You ain't going to receive it. It's proof in the pudding that our Messiah is the one going to save our people. He said, wait ye upon me. Zephaniah 3:8.
Yes, sir.
So I raised up the praise. It's my determination to gather all these nations and pour upon them my grace. You're the one going to bring forth Israel out of his captivity.
That's right.
Y'all can talk that madness all you want. But you the one going to be left behind talking that, nigga. In the end. So I'm going to shut it down and I'm going to say all glory and peace to the King. Pray for our people worldwide.
Yes, sir.
And for myself and you rocks. Help ask the Father to help us all get our lives together, man, because we messing up. I know I am. You know, praise for that. And I say all glory to the King again and to you rocks. A great rest of the show. And keep getting this word out there, man. And inspire it to our people. Shalom.
Shalom. Boy, that first hour flew by. Give me a Baboon burger with some hippo mustard and a side order of zebra ribs. Man, get the hell out of here with that. We'll be right back with more of the world's most dangerous talk show. You muted.
That's all I was just getting ready to say.
So, what will be done? I mean, here it goes. Just ask him how to lie, how to come through.
Is it clear? I still can't get on my phone. I done typed in Black Jew 77 and still ain't here.
Don't worry about this.
My brother's supposed to be bringing my computer, so most I will. I'll be able to operate better from there. Sorry about that, y'all.
Kingdom coming from on high. Wickedness of the world show the end is nigh. Angels with swords on one accord. Dark and gloomy day. That's the
I made sure I had everything in my bag but the computer, because I took it out to give it a last charge because I wanted to be on full when I got in here and left it on the dang shelf.
But the people don't know, because you don't read the whole chapter. Thinking on the rapture, but it ain't coming. Matthew 6:10, Yahuwah's kingdom is coming.
Yes, mine's all the way down.
Where Abba Yahweh, man,
Pharaoh opened the prison house.
It's not mute. Hold on.
Pharaoh opened the prison house.
No doubt about it. Like I said, they trying to steal God's glory. He said he gonna deliver. If a man was in on that, you know what kind of bragging we would have to endure from coming off that nigga list? Man, not for me. Y'all ass wouldn't even be back there. And they understand when I say about them baboon burgers, the ridiculousness of it, boy. These motherfuckers, boy, still pure Gentile heat. You think they're gonna welcome you amongst them, especially when the Most High put in play?
Shit, they gotta pay. He don't forget, Jay.
That's right.
The man of perdition will soon be revealed. Walking with Yahuwah, nigga, trying to get my father healed.
Show saying that we can still hear y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all can hear it. It's all good. When I'm discussing these truths up in there.
Right.
What they hearing on?
My phone all the way down. I don't know what they hearing. What? Yep.
That's probably the devil at work. You never know, Tommy, because I got all our mics all the way down.
Gotta be heard through my phone, but I got it all the way down.
Shitting like a swamp goose, man. Eat one of them baboon burgers.
Yeah. Yeah, blur it out.
This manner, therefore pray, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be
Yeah, give me one of them baboon burgers. Put some extra onions on there. Give me some hippo gravy on the side.
Well, you say some hippo gravy?
Can I get a rack of them zebra ribs? Boy, have your ass shitting like a swamp goose. You better have your extra smooth rockers. They running low on toilet paper over there in Hamiltonville too. Hell, most of them don't even wear drawers. How you gonna depend on your enemy to help you?
Down on my knees, down on my knees.
And hell, if you're gonna run anywhere, run back home to Israel. But who the hell want to be treated like a undocumented Mexican in the land of our ancestors? After I asked them kite bouncers for any damn thing.
Well,
what you waiting on? Why ain't you gone yet? Why ain't you fled yet? Why you trying to convince somebody else to take off running?
Yeah. I mean, it's a system. You go here, it's going crash. They got cell phones in the jungles of the Amazon.
That's right, dang.
They got on glass skirts and they locked them in. They locked in.
Boy, the Babylonian system is a worldwide system. It ain't no new country order, it's a new world order, ain't it?
Boy,
Right.
Kind of hard to fight while you're running in it, dang. You ever seen a nigga take off running like a scalded dog winning a fight? You be like, man, look at that nigga running, coward ass nigga, you better not come back around there.
Now if we try to scrap a little bit, take over.
Hell, a dog get excited when you take off running, don't it?
Yeah.
Don't that activate that attack gene? Your enemy see you take off running like a scalded dog. Don't stand a chance. See, the problem is, if some folks don't want to die for the Most High.
Yeah.
That's the question we facing this hour.
Yeah.
Are you willing to go up them 13 steps?
Yeah.
No, we ain't down low.
Yeah.
Let your hands stay strong. Let us get
How much time
down
we
on
on
our knees.
24.
Let us get down on our knees. Let us pray in one unison. Let us shake the heavens of Shabbat.
Who was that?
Come on, y'all, won't you hum with me?
You see that? What you think?
Yeah, I got most of the tracks on the side. Got a few more to put on now.
Let us call on the Lord of hosts, Elohim, Yahweh, Sabaoth. Let us call on the Lord of hosts, Elohim, Yahweh, Sabaoth. Let us call on the Lord of hosts, Elohim, Yahweh, Sabaoth. Swing chariot, swing low. Gather us from coast to coast. Be in peace in your shalom. No, Israel, we ain't got long. No, Israel, we ain't got long.
Tell them, Coach.
Down on my knees.
Hallelujah.
Down on my knees. Down on my knees. Swing low. Swing chariot. Come gather us and take us home.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
Sweet, sweet milk flowing of honey, sweet Jerusalem.
What's up?
We're broadcasting live from the north side of the STL. You're listening to the world's most dangerous talk show, the Hebrew One Show. You know, we tackle subject matters and keep the real and real talk on this network, Daniel.
Yeah.
That's what separates us from the rest.
Right.
We tackle issues that deal with us directly as Israelites.
Absolutely.
Now, we must understand the slickness of our adversary in this hour, Daniel Solomon.
Yeah.
Some of them Hamites want Hebrews around them because they know the heathens would always have what they call a token block at all their major functions.
That's right.
Because they know if they have one Hebrew in the building, amongst all them heathens, that one Hebrew will keep that whole building from falling in.
That's right.
Some of them Hamites, seeing the judgments that are coming upon this earth, of course they want some of you Hebrews to come and dwell amongst them as protection, as human shields.
Yes, sir.
From the wrath of Yah that is to come.
Right.
They want you to bring your commerce.
Right.
They want you to bring all them millions and billions they hear you spending in America. They want you to bring that over there into their Hamiteville. All the while, they still can't stand you because they know that you are the chosen. And you best damn well believe the 11 tribes that's down there in Hamiteville, they would leave up out of there this morning for the opportunity to go back home to Jerusalem. Yeah, nay, Daniel Solomon.
Yes, sir.
Because we know for a fact that the tribe of Dan had been praying for 2,000 years in Ethiopia to return where, Daniel?
Back to Jerusalem.
And with the airlift of Operation Moses and Operation Solomon, we've witnessed a generation of them Danites grow up over in the Holy Land.
That's right.
And they still catching hell in the Holy Land, even though they join in the Khazar's military. We just showed y'all videos of them Danites in Israeli army uniforms getting the black beat off of them.
Yeah.
We done showed y'all videos of them Danites having riots over in Israel look like Ferguson, Missouri.
Yeah.
During the height of the nigger uprisings here in the STL.
That's right.
It ain't nowhere you can run. It ain't nowhere you can hide.
Till they come and get us. See,
until our deliverance is at hand. Go ahead,
and
Dan.
once again, Jay, we got family members locked down. It's people in your heart. You know, I know my brother didn't do that crime. I know my sister didn't do that crime. How and when were those gates of those prisons open like they did in Egypt, like they did in ancient Babylon?
That's right.
Like they did in Assyria. We have to know these things because we have to get prepared for that. Who gonna gather them, or how is this gonna work? Right. You know, who going to Pharaoh? Who going to Trump and say, time is up, you got to let my people go? These things have to happen. You just can't do it yourself.
Correct.
It ain't never been in our history to do it like that. And we get laid out. We will see the supernatural event happening right before us, like Joshua saw, the captain of the host of the armies, Lord, the Messiah Moses saw him. And then Lot coming out, these angels actually went to his house and got him.
Sure did.
And give me a little bit of Genesis 19 and 14.
And out the mud, watchmen, the tribe of Dan have a gate in New Jerusalem.
That's right. Tell them to read some Ezekiel 48.
Do a little research. You wouldn't ask that kind of question and show us what level you on biblically in your study.
Yeah. Give me a little bit of that Genesis 19 and start about 14.
Genesis. The mic off there. Is the mic on? Mic ain't on this?
Yeah, you on. I hear you good.
I can't hear me. My headphones must be off.
You got the wrong ones on.
You've been...
You
good?
Well, multitasking this morning.
I got you.
Word you out, ain't you?
Yeah, that's all good.
Yeah, go ahead.
Genesis 1 and you said started where?
Genesis 19, 14.
19 and 14.
Before you read that, for you Hebrews that's up in this platform, the live stream, if y'all having problems with the audio, just cut the network on and listen to it through the radio in crystal clear surround sound and just mute the live stream. You know, it's more than one way to skin a cat. Hell, we being cyber attacked, you know, our enemies at work. You know, they don't want to make this easy for you or us.
Right.
Go ahead and read that script, Hebrew.
Genesis chapter 19, starting at verse 14. And Lot went out and spake to his sons-in-law, which married his daughters, and said, Up, get ye out of this place, for the Lord will destroy this city. But he seemed as one that mocked unto his sons-in-law. And when the morning arose, when the angels hastened Lot, saying, Arise, take thy wife and thy 2 daughters, which are here, lest thou be consumed in the iniquity of the city. And while he lingered, the men laid hold upon his hand.
What they laid hold upon?
They laid upon his hand, and upon the hands of his wife, and upon the hands of his 2 daughters. And the Lord being merciful unto him, and they brought him forth, and set him without the city. And it came to pass, when they had brought them forth abroad, that he said, Escape for thy life. Look not behind thee, neither stay thou in all the plain. Escape to the mountains, lest thou be consumed.
So we can hold that, and y'all, like I say, that's why I got right back to that Matthew 24 when it say, if you be in Judea, flee to the mountains.
Correct.
You know, so, and this is none other than the Mount of Olives, because that's where the Messiah left from, and it said he gonna return right back to the same spot.
Right.
That spot is split open. If you be in Judea. If you don't be in Judea, you got to sweat it out.
Right. Endure.
You got to endure. So it's not saying that everybody has to be there.
Right.
It's a if thing.
Right.
If you happen to be over there. So we're not telling anybody you can't go to Jerusalem. We're just saying if you there when the tribulation, you got to know where the safety zone is at.
Right.
And it ain't Petra.
Right.
Y'all throw sun god ass head first up out of here. Don't come up in here with no idolatrous ass name amongst Israelites this morning. What's wrong with you? Throw his ass head first up out of here.
So y'all, we understand the doctrine of it, but we got to understand that we're in the wilderness of the people now.
Correct.
Because there ain't no location where you're gonna get 40 million of us and you still got 11 tribes to go.
Think about that.
And you do that times, if it's just 40 million of them times 11.
And out that 40 million, ain't you supposed to eliminate 2/3 off the top? Yeah. How about 2/3 about a Zebulon, Issachar,
yeah,
Gad, Naphtali?
Yeah.
Who are you to make that determination? This is why these things are in the hands of the Most High Yah.
And that's why there's a purging of the rebels to fix that, you know, so nobody gets left behind. You know, it gives even the rebel, like I say, when you understand Dathan had blood put on his doorpost. Some say Joshua put it on his doorpost for him, but they say every man is responsible to sit on his own tub. So even if he at least did that, he was obedient in that point, but then he got disobedient in the wilderness.
Correct.
And we knew how long that was going to be because he went to Pharaoh and told him, we got to meet the Lord in 3 days.
That's right.
We got a meeting with him. It's a wedding reception at Mount Sinai. We got to go. These things have to take place because of how the prophets are saying it must go down the exact same way and manner.
Correct.
And the plagues will be the same. The deliverance will be the same. When you get into Exodus 14 and Exodus 19, if you don't see that as being supernatural, and then you get in that book of Jasher, and you see that when it talks about how they walked through the Red Sea, and it said it had 12 gateways.
Yes, sir.
For the tribes to roll through.
Correct.
This thing has always been like that. It's a mirror image to the end. Nothing changes. He say, I stay the same. I'm the same yesterday as today, right?
That's right.
It ain't gonna be no new change for deliverance. It's gonna be the same
That's
deliverance like it always been. You're going through the fire. And you're gonna come out on the other side if you trust and believe.
Hallelujah.
If you don't, you get burned up.
Hallelujah. 314-1104 is the number. Shalom, you on the air. Who we speaking with?
Shalom, brothers. How y'all this morning?
Feeling good like Hebrews should. How you doing this morning?
I can't complain. Thank you for taking my call. All praise to the Most High Yah.
Tell us your name and where you're calling from, Coach E.
This is Princess from San Antonio.
San Antonio in the building. Talk to us.
Brothers, I'm so glad that y'all hit on that free doctrine this morning. It's really been vexing my soul ever since about 3-4 weeks it came out. That ambassador from Africa came over here. I just want my brothers and sisters to think about the fact that they're not going to allow any ambassadors over here without knowing what their agenda is.
Correct.
And with that being said, we have to understand that there is an agenda with this free doctrine. I believe that they're trying to stop the information about the diaspora and how it really happened. I do believe that we were taken from the west coast of Africa and brought to America. At the same time, there is evidence that Hebrews were already in this land. So if they get you guys thinking that, oh, you got to return to Africa and invest in Africa, then that debunks the whole theory that some of our brothers and sisters were already here when we got here. I think that what she came over here to do was revive and stop the movement of our people waking up. I didn't hear anything about her believing that we were the lost 12 tribe of Israel. I didn't hear her say anything that said that we were Yehuda in this land. So I just think that they want our money, but they don't really want us. Because I listened to the speech, and what she said was, we want the best of the best. So that sounds like that talent and test doctrine that was spoken of a long time ago to me.
Correct.
And it just did not fit well in my spirit. So I'm going to tell all my brothers and sisters that Isaiah 11 and 12 is clear. Wait on the Most High.
That's right.
You're not going to need a passport. I mean, you run out there and get a passport, and then martial law kicks in. Think they're going to let you leave the country with your passport? Martial law means the country is shut down. So if you're going to leave, you better leave now. But then when you get there, who's to say that trouble is not going to be over there? They don't have any real plans for us. They're saying, send our money over there now, and we're going to build some things. Well, I just think that that's a bunch of bullcrap, and I think that they're trying to confuse our people, and like I said, stop this movement of the 12 tribes
breaking up all over the world. And like I said, that the information that has recently come out about some of our Hebrew Israelites being here in the land before Christopher Columbus came, they're trying to stop that narrative. They want to make us believe that all of us came from Africa. But they're not saying we came from Israel and nomaded to the west coast of Africa. They leave that part out. So yet and still, they still want us to start with our history at the west coast of Africa. So I just want my people to know that don't believe the hype. That's some bullcrap. That's I think orchestrated by the United States government. Otherwise, she would have never been able to get in here speaking that.
Correct.
That has to be understood. Another reason why I was calling in this morning is yesterday my Sabbath was, I could not believe my Sabbath ended the way that it did. Started and ended the way that it did.
And how was that?
Sheba, that's my mama. And she was in the Friday night class. She'll speak beginning to end.
Correct.
And she woke up. I left before her, went to bed, but she stayed on. And when she woke up the next morning, I just saw it in her face. I was like, something was wrong. And she said, I cannot believe what happened in the room. Ooh. And I just felt so bad for her because she waits all week for the Sabbath to be amongst her brothers and sisters in that room. And her Sabbath was like totally ruined. We'll pray for my brothers and sisters in the land, and I hope that they can find some peace within themselves, and I hope that they can understand that that Sabbath day is supposed to be holy. And I want us all to try to remember that we need to keep it holy on the Sabbath, forget all about the world and concentrate on our Messiah, concentrate on our Abba, because that's going to be our salvation through keeping the Sabbath. That's the sign that He made with us. And it's like that sign is going to separate us from everybody else. People that are keeping the Sabbath and keeping it holy. That's what separates us. He gave that to us. I think that we should all keep that in mind on the Sabbath. Let's always keep it holy.
Correct. I agree with you, Coach E. Now, I did a lesson called Are We Walking in Darkness, Zion? And tried to diffuse, that which I knew what was coming. But as soon as I got off the microphone, as we entered into the season of the witch, 10 levels of hell broke out up in the room. Now, I'm hoping that they all got it out their system, that they all realized they violated our Shabbats. And I know it's raw feelings all the way around, and it's a damnable shame that this is taking place, especially during our Eid's mourning period of our brother Ashur. This should be the last thing they should be discussing concerning something that happened amongst them. But everything happened for a reason. For those of y'all who thought y'all knew what was going on, or with the 10 levels of hell that was breaking out in the STL, and you didn't know what the hell was really going on, just like there's things going on in various camps and assemblies, Daniel Solomon, all over the world.
Yes, sir.
This shows as a prime example that even our esteemed elders can get caught up in their feelings, can get cornered with one another, and let the fact that it was the Shabbat go clean out the window directly from the Holy Land, Daniel Solomon.
Yes, sir.
It serves as an example that we are that people, you Hebrew.
Yeah.
We are that people.
That's right.
Two of the simplest words to say is, I'm sorry.
Right.
Look, I was wrong. I'm sorry. That can diffuse a whole lot of things, can't it, Daniel?
Yes, sir.
But when you get that spirit of contentment, that under-eyed look in the spirit on you, boy, it's hard to shake that. It takes fasting and prayer.
Yes, sir.
And, we've been knowing for quite some time that, there's Israelites over in the land that's hell raisers. Hell, y'all see what's going on down in Demona? They don't know nothing about our Messiah down there.
That's right.
They thought this bomb-ass nigga named Benamy the bus driver, they hollering he the Messiah.
Right.
That Negro couldn't walk across some bathtub water, let alone walk out on that Sea of Galilee over there. This Negro prophesying months after they got there. And was wrong as the day is long. Them niggas running ticket scams and schemes and have the generation up under him. There's a nigga over there named Nahor Green.
And look.
The son of them Negroes who moved over there.
Yeah.
He working with the kites and some schemes, swindling old folks over here in America. Got caught. They gave them kites a break. They sent that nigga to the penitentiary over there.
Yes, sir.
So they even raising up a whole new generation of these criminal-minded carnal bastards. And they trying to convince you, come on down here with us. Run on over there if you want to. We praying for you.
Well, and like I say,
but don't be mad at us
right.
if we don't want to hear the bullshit you talking.
Right. And
get going. What you waiting on?
We're not going to stop in any location other than Northeast Africa,
right,
which is called Jerusalem.
That's right.
So I'm with you on fleeing to Africa, but it must be Northeast Africa, the land of Jerusalem, or this thing ain't gonna come to pass. You know, and that's where we have to be crystal clear on where we have our mindset going. We're on a one-way flight. There ain't no layovers. It's a one-way flight exactly back to where we need to go. And it's
that's
after
right.
this. Hit a little bit of the second Ezra for me. Just hold on just a second. I want to hit that. Start second Ezra chapter 13, verse 29. Just read down for me a little bit. And then I want you to lock and load that Zechariah 14.
Tell them why you want to go down.
Because this Mount of Olives is so important. And this is, and then we're going to hit a little bit of that Acts when the Messiah ascended up. And it say, why you look up here gazing for you? Where you see him leaving from,
he
this is the
back.
same spot. He coming back to. So these link up. And there ain't no middle ground to stop through and make our way through back to the Holy Land. It's not going to be like we did when we was going through. And we warred all through that wilderness there. If you ain't never really understand, you get into some numbers and you'll see how we was warring with nations as well. That wasn't a peaceful journey.
Not only no, hell no.
You get into the book of Jasher, you'll see there was war. We had to fight through certain things. If y'all remember the movie Warriors.
Correct.
Remember how they had to go through city and they had to fight? Some gave them a pass. Some said, we know who y'all are, y'all going through. But it was some you had to battle. That's the way it was till we got a home or to Mount Sinai. And then we still was tripping and had to wander for 40 years.
Think about that.
Yes, sir.
And that was supernatural.
Yes, sir.
Shoe heels didn't wear out.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Drawers were still fresh.
Yes, sir.
Same pair for 40 years.
Yes, sir.
You wear a pair of drawers 2 days, what's gonna happen, Jay?
Boy, you better get them to a washer with a quickness.
Right.
Them bad boys will be standing up by themselves over there in a corner.
Right.
Read them scripts over there.
Sound like a sack of potatoes we throw in the dirty clothes.
Yeah, boy. Read that script you got, Hebrew.
You say that second Ezra 13, start word down.
29.
Verse 29. Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth.
Upon the where?
Upon the earth.
See, that includes all four corners, don't it?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
And he shall come to the astonishment. And hold on, let me read that again. And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth. And one shall undertake to fight against another.
Uh-oh.
One city against another one. One place against another. One people against another. One realm against another. And the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the sign shall be, and the sign shall happen, which I showed thee before. And then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest as a man ascended.
As a man doing what?
As a man ascended.
See, ascending up, we still know the Messiah ascended. See, my son, and that's capital S on that.
Right.
So, and we see that when these things come to pass, that the signs shall happen.
Right.
That's when the signs happen. Once we scrapping like we doing, Jay.
Yes, sir.
You know, city to city. Go ahead, read some more.
That sound like that wars and rumors of wars in Matthew 24.
Yes, sir.
Verse 33. And when all the people hear his voice.
Who voice they gonna hear?
Hear his voice. Every man shall in their own land leave the battle. They have one against another. And an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together, as thou sawest them willing to come, and to overcome him by fighting. But he shall stand upon the top of Mount Zion.
Where you gonna stand upon the top of?
Mount Zion.
Uh-huh.
And Zion shall come and shall be shown to all men, being prepared and built, like as thou sawest the hill graven without hands. And this, my son, shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations, which for their wicked life are fallen into the tempest.
So you can hold that. Y'all getting that Zechariah 14, the same thing. It's saying on the Mount of Olives, on the Mount of Olives, Acts 1st chapter, when the men were looking, gazing up, you know, and he said, what you looking up here gazing for? Just like you saw him ascend up, he's coming back to this same exact location. It's actually groups that's in Jerusalem that camp out on the Mount of Olives.
Correct.
Right.
Waiting for this.
Correct.
You know, so that's our pinpoint, and the script tell you if you be in Judea. But if we can't be in Judea, we here in America, the gathering is still gonna take place. But even if you in Jerusalem, it's gonna be hot there.
Right.
Every nuclear warhead on this planet is turned toward Jerusalem.
And you forget that's what a coronation of Mr. 666
666
gonna take place in that rebuilt temple.
Yeah.
Yep. Abomination, desolation.
Now, I look at Little Dicky Shepherd, right? We've had some of his members who called up here who then took off running with his flea doctrine. Little Dicky Shepherd and his elders instructed them to lie to their family members and borrow all the money that they could, knowing that they wasn't going to pay them back, Daniel. You know why? Because they was gone.
Yeah. And the money go.
Now, after they get abandoned over in Ecuador, over in Egypt, you think they can call their uncles and aunties who they borrowed a few $100s from, who ain't heard from them in 6 months, heard from them in a year, and they lied to them, I'm going to pay you back in 2 weeks. You think you can call that auntie and uncle and say, I need a couple $100 or try to get back? Boy, they'll hang up on your ass. You done burnt your bridges.
Exactly.
You trusted in man.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they use that doctrine, oh, y'all just don't want to lead these white folks. You crazy as hell. You want to play on the naive's emotion. Run that game past the weak-minded.
That's right.
Run it past those who don't know no better. And while you typing and texting and talking all that, why you still down here in the valley of death?
Right.
You should have been gone a year ago. You should have been gone last week. You should have been gone yesterday. Why you still dealing with that electric bill that came through the mail?
Yes, sir.
Why you still getting your rent money in order?
Subject to payments.
Why you still got to go through the grocery store lines? Why you still got to put some gas in your car? Oh, you want to survive too. Think about that. The first thing I asked one of Little Dicky Shepherd's followers, the little sister from Ecuador, called up here just weeping her heart out, Daniel.
Yes, sir. Remember that.
Children down there, they tired of that grasshopper soup that they sipping on. You're forced to eat pots of abominations. And you don't know the damn language. You don't know the damn customs. Now, her husband went back to Miami to get to work, Daniel Solomon, to send his family money down in Ecuador. I'm like, where's the Negroes? Who convinced you to move? They not taking our calls no more. Oh, once your little money running out, sending it to them, they abandon your ass.
That's how it goes.
We heard stories of Negroes who was abandoned over in Egypt, catching rickety ass rafts over to Cyprus, that rock ass island sitting out in the Mediterranean.
Yeah.
Waiting on midnight to crawl out into farmers' fields and they digging up potatoes with their naked hands.
Right.
To bring back and feed their babies. But Little Dicky Shepherd, he living in England 1 minute, he over here the next minute, he doing this the next, because he got you stupid ass Negroes on that Christian tithing. You notice how these Hebrews, holiday Hebrews, Daniel, but got these 5013Cs, boy? El Free Case Ray labeled under his Islamic organization.
Yeah.
It's documented, it's proven.
Well,
Jermaine Grant doubled the 10% to 20% to them ignorant morons sitting up under his kneecaps. And them niggas still paying that 20% and extra trying to get him from under the federal indictments. They getting ready to lock his black stinking lying ass up for.
Yeah. And see,
boy, Israel is gone.
Right.
2/3 of y'all ain't gonna get it. I'm seeking out that third of the remnant. I'm on a hunt for that third.
Yes, sir.
I'm praying for the rest of you. But we gonna keep it moving. Go ahead, Dan.
No, I was just want to hit just a little bit that Zechariah 14
yes,
and that Acts 1 and 11. And it's just to show, and I'm understanding we have to leave here. But the location, if you're saying Petra, that ain't gonna make it.
No.
You know, all you gotta do is Google that right now. You can buy you a ticket to go look up in them caves. You ain't getting 12 tribes up in there. How it work? You know.
Throw Marshall Villager ass head first up out of here. Get your atheist ass out from amongst these Hebrews. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Don't just delete their message. Hide the user. That's the one you want to click on. Throw their ass head first up out of here. Go ahead, Al.
Yeah, so I just want to, and then we must hit that Ezekiel 20, 33 down, but I just want you to hit just them quick ones. Zechariah 14, hit just one. You can just get right to the meat of it.
Is your mama scared of questions, Marshall Villager? Get your monkey ass up out of here. What make you morons think we gonna tolerate y'all coming amongst us thinking you running anything but your mouth? Go ask your mama if she's scared of questions, cracker or bootlicking Negro. Get your monkey ass to stepping.
Say what?
Yeah, go ahead.
Y'all keep deleting the messages. Hide the user. That way the bastard can't text up in her. Throw him out of her head first. Go ahead, Al.
Zechariah chapter 14, starting at verse 1.
Yeah.
Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, and thy spoil shall be divided in the midst of thee. For I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle.
How many nations?
All nations.
See, y'all, the day of the Lord, every nuclear weapon on earth is pointed at Jerusalem. Go ahead.
And the city shall be taken, and the houses rifled, and the women ravished, and half of the city shall go forth into captivity.
That's right.
And the residue of the people shall not be cut off from the city. Then shall the Lord go forth and fight against those nations, as when he fought in the day of battle. Keep going, Hebrew?
Yeah, yes, sir. I want to get to the Mount of Olives. Go ahead.
Okay. And his feet shall stand in that day.
In what day?
In that day. Upon the Mount of Olives, which is before Jerusalem on the east. And the Mount of Olives shall cleave in the midst thereof towards the east and toward the west. And there shall be a very great valley, and half of the mountain shall remove toward the north, and half of it toward the south. And ye shall flee to the valley of the mountains, for the valley of the mountains shall reach unto Asar. Yea, ye shall flee, like as ye flee from before the earthquake in the days of in the days of Uriah, king of Judah. And the Lord, my God, shall come, and all the saints with thee. And it shall come to pass in that day that the light shall not be clear nor dark.
So that's Amos 5:18. You can write right there, but just hit that Acts 1:11 real quick, so we just get a little understanding of where the location gonna be. You know, if you be in Judea. Go ahead.
Right. Acts chapter 1, verse 11, which also said, ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Jesus, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven.
So it gonna come like manner, same man. They standing on the Mount of Olives when this happened, when he ascended. So it's coming back to the same point. It's a portal. It's a portal zone. We got portals. Jacob opened up a portal. But the main thing is when you start scamming, they're talking about we're going to get false documents. We're going to get false passports and different things like that. And then to use the term, well, then Jacob tricked Esau. Well, what about that 20-year bid he had to serve when Laban tricked him?
That's right.
So at least throw that out there so the people know you got 20 years of trickery coming back on you before you see it. You may get over there with the falsified document, but you're going to pay the price just like they paid the price when they went over there with them fraudulent documents.
Exactly.
And still paying the price.
Correct.
Because you didn't have a rod of correction to rule out the pedophiles, to run away the whoremongers. You didn't have no rod like that. You was just looking for mass numbers, thinking you were going to get it taken over, but it didn't happen. So just tighten this on up with that Ezekiel 20:33, and we'll go ahead and move on there. Sister's still on the line, man.
Yeah, she's still on her.
Just wanted to hit a little bit of them. Just
hold on, Nicole T. We ain't forgot about you. Go ahead, Tobias.
Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 33. As I live, saith the Lord God, surely with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm and with fury poured out will I rule over you. And I will bring you out from the people and will gather you out of the countries wherein ye are scattered with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm and with fury poured out.
Go ahead, keep going.
And I will bring you into the wilderness of the people.
Of the who?
Of the people.
See, this is a wilderness of the people.
That's right.
Go ahead.
And there will I plead with you face to face, like as I plead with your fathers in the wilderness of the land of Egypt.
See, and we know he pleaded with them face to face because it was there, the burning bush. We know all of that. When we questioned Moses and Aaron saying, Moses, I can't speak. He like, don't worry about it. Your brother speaks well. Pleaded with him. Go ahead, bro. But this judgment is going down. Go ahead.
So will I plead with you, saith the Lord God, and I will cause you to pass under the rod.
Under the what?
Under the rod. And I will bring you into the bond of the covenant. And I will purge out from among you the rebels and them that transgress against me. I will bring them forth out of the country whither they sojourn, and they shall not enter into the land of Israel. And ye shall know that I am the Lord.
See, and the purging is so you don't enter into the land of Israel.
Correct.
See, that's where we got to go. We can't stop off nowhere else.
Right.
No, you ain't stopping off nowhere else, Jay.
No doubt, Daniel Solomon.
It's like a straight flight.
No doubt.
Ain't no layovers.
And what we don't comprehend is this worldwide natural terrorism that the Most High is bringing upon this planet.
Yeah.
Or I showed again them end time signs last night. I'm talking about everything, man, from hurricanes to typhoons to swamping these heathens' asses out, to hailstones. Man, they showed a plague of crabs down in Brazil. Daniel Solomon, crabs big as your fist everywhere, crawling everywhere. Boy, I showed a small clip where those hairy-legged nigger-lip mosquitoes big as your hand have descended down there in North Carolina after them that hurricane. Man, they showed a white chick taking a selfie. She said this selfie would be cute, except for this unicorn horn on my forehead. That mosquito had a Maynard. One mosquito bite looked like she had a unicorn horn on her forehead, Daniel.
Oh, Maynard.
Man.
May go down, it may not.
Boy, I'm praying that them hairy-legged nigger-lip mosquitoes descend by the billions upon them heathens down there. The Most High is doing what he did 3,500 years ago to that black-ass Hamite African king named Pharaoh Ramses II. Our holy deliverer will deliver us by his supernatural strength and power. Not by the slickness, not by the carnal thinking, not by the get-over tactics of some Negro want to run some credit card schemes, writing fraudulent paperwork, not none of that. It'll be by the hand of the mighty one of Israel that this host will be delivered worldwide.
Yes, sir.
Coach, what else you got for us this morning?
I just want to go ahead and confirm that you guys are absolutely right, and thank you for, bringing those scripts out, because that's confirmation for me. In my household, we will wait on the Most High.
That's right.
Hallelujah, Coach T. Welcome to the team.
I wanted to bring out, and I'm glad you mentioned it, Brother Jacob, the two-thirds that ain't going my study when I read Isaiah 45:17 and Romans 11:26. All of Israel will be saved. How do we reconcile that with 2/3 is not saved?
That's all of the remnants of Israel.
Right, because it's the same thing. Like if you know, the law is like what the Christian doctrine teach. If there ain't no more law, then there ain't no sin. So you don't have to go to church. Then everybody's saved already. So I mean, you going to church and you saying the law is done away with. Then if I don't go to church, there ain't no judgment for me. So I'm still saved. So you wasting your time going to church. In like manner, when it gets into that Isaiah 11, it's saying, so all Israel, but it's telling you about the natural branches. It's telling you about the wild olive branch.
Correct.
Then it get to who true Israel is. That's who's going to be saved, because there's a branch broken off and there's one to be grafted in, talking noise. True Israel, like the script say, all Israel is not Israel.
Hallelujah.
You know, so you have to understand when it's talking about all Israel gonna be saved, it's talking about
the remnant.
The remnant, because if that's the case, we don't have to keep the commandments if all us gonna be saved. What I'm gonna keep the commandments for if I'm gonna be saved in the end anyway?
We can go on and lay with other brothers' wives. We can eat abominable things.
Right.
We can commit 10 levels of hell and be a child of the devil. If all Israel getting in, all Israel getting in. Don't make a lick of sense.
It don't make a lick of sense. So
it's the remnant that it speaks of.
Right. That's right. Keeping Israelites, like Revelation 3 talks about.
Correct.
You know, those that have kept my commandments, they get in. So if your name found written in the book, you get in. But that's going to be based on commandment keeping. Right. If it's any other way and you sum this up as all Israel going to be saved, then why are we even on this radio station? Wasting our time.
That's right. Y'all throw Lenny Lenovo ass head first up out of here. Get out of here, you Roman bastard. Don't come up in here with your stupid ass Gentile questions. What is your Gentiles even coming up in here for? Get your monkey ass to stepping. Sorry about that, Akoti. Anything else you got for us this morning?
No, brothers. I thank you for clearing that up, Brother Daniel.
Yeah. So that's how you got to look at it. So even like the Jehovah's Witness knocking on your door and it says 144,000, that's all going to make it. Why are you knocking on my door?
That's right.
Don't that lessen your change?
Right.
That's right.
You got a set number, but we keep reading like we read in that second Ezra, an innumerable number of people coming back to be tried and going up under that rod. If all Israel going to be saved, there's no need for the rod of correction to purge the rebels.
Ariel, put your coffee and biscuits and eggs down and throw this heathen ass up out of here. This Lenny Lenovo, throw his Italian uncircumcised Roman ass head first up out of here. And run and tell your mammy brother Jacob did it to you. Appreciate your call, Coach.
Shalom, brother.
Shalom.
Zeb just deleted this message.
No, don't just delete the message, but then you can keep typing. What you have to click on is hide user. That way, no matter how much he crack his knuckles, he won't be able to type a damn thing up in here amongst us no more.
Right.
Throw his ass head first up out of here. Shalom, you on our who we speaking with?
Hello, this is Brenda from North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Charlotte, North Carolina in the building. How you doing this morning?
Hi, I'm fine. And good morning to all the tribes of Israel. I have a question.
Go right ahead.
My mom, I told her, and my aunt, they're in their 70s, late 70s, and particularly my mother. And I told her the truth about worshiping on the Shabbat. And she said, yes, she's aware of it, but she's not ready to give up her Sunday church. So the thing of it is, in the Ten Commandments, I still honor her, I still take care of her, and if she needs anything. Should I be around her or my sister who are unbelievers?
Coach, this is a question. This is a question that all Israel faces because we have blood relatives who we love and care about who don't want to hear nothing about the word of the Most High Yah. They not giving up their pagan days. They not giving up their abominable feasts. You have to look at it like this, Coach. And this is what I often tell Hebrews. You may be the guide and light that the Most High sent for your entire family.
Yeah.
And if you put out your light even before then, don't none of them stand a chance.
That's right.
It may be a second cousin. It may be an uncle. They all listening to everything you got to say. If you give up easy on your own people, how are you going to convince the stranger of these truths?
That's right.
Right.
And what we have to understand, Zion, there is going to be rejection.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, when you first found out the truth, you was happy, you was elated, you couldn't wait to go tell your people because you assumed they was going to have the same reaction as you did.
That's right.
But when it was the exact opposite, and they looked at you like, what kind of coke you done join? Give up Christmas. Lord, what done happened to him? What kind of drugs is you on? Oh, that just shook your whole little world up and you went into your feelings. But see, they called our Messiah names.
Yeah.
Who are you to think you ain't going to be called names?
Right.
That's right.
They talked about Ahamasiach like a dog behind his back. Who are you to think your people ain't calling on the phone lines this morning talking about you behind your back? The rejection, you have to prepare yourself for.
That's right.
Cut yourself off from your people. I don't see how you could do it, Okoti.
Yeah. And not only this, but just like the previous caller called about that Romans 11, where all Israel going to be saved. Look at the very next question we got here with her on the line. The very next question. My mama never won't believe none of what I'm talking about. If all Israel going to be saved, this should be no concern to her. If that scripture was meant the way they're putting it out there.
Right.
Because they're going to be saved anyway.
That's right.
So ain't no need worrying about your family members if that scripture is saying that.
Correct.
But you just keep spreading that light, sister, and giving it to them. And believe me, these plagues just ain't hit yet. When them plagues hit,
they gonna be
your phone gonna blow up.
They gonna be begging you to hold instant Bible classes right there on the spot.
Right.
Yeah.
You just have to keep on doing what you're going through right now.
That's
Accept
right.
your
That's right.
stripes in this walk. We all got them from the back down to the calves. You gonna have to accept your stripes. You gonna have to eject feelings of rejection, sometimes loneliness. This ain't no easy walk.
Right.
And boy, your family above all can make you feel real bad on what you want to stand on.
Yes, sir.
And the Most High testing you.
Right.
He want to see
That's
if
right.
you're going to fold like a cheap suit.
Yeah.
That's right.
He want to see if you're going to stand on the rock on which he placed you upon,
Right.
or if you're going to fold because you want to go along to get along.
Right.
The remnant going to understand in this hour. Go ahead, Tobias.
I want to read that Matthew 10, verse 35.
What it say?
It says, "For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and daughter against her mother, and daughter-in-law against mother-in-law. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household." So that pretty much hitting on that, sis, just letting you know that your family members going to be the main ones you warn with. And then I want to hit this Galatians.
One more question. I have a need. Okay, my sister also goes to a Sunday church, one of those AME churches. And my niece is not getting any message of truth. And I'm very concerned because she's only 17. And I don't want her to perish because of her mom not knowing the truth and not on my sister thinks about material things. So I don't know how to approach that with my niece.
She gonna get a chance. Everybody gets a chance. See, that's the type of God. I want you to read some Sirach chapter 2, the whole chapter, and then get down to the last verse 17, 18, where it says the Messiah, his judgment and his mercy is equal.
Correct.
So there's a level of mercy that he have for them till they wake up. Because you have to understand, we were there 30 years ago, Jay.
That's right.
And it
now.
probably was Israelites talking about us. Look at them two niggas right there in them shiny suits going into church. You know, but the mercy was on us for us to come in because he says this is when the cutoff point is at. They're still inside of the cutoff point. So don't look at them like, you know, if this happened tomorrow, they doomed. We got to make sure that we on the right path so that they're looking to you. Like Jake is saying, you chosen out of the family to bring the family members in. You the light.
The guiding light.
The guiding light. So
for your whole entire family.
Absolutely. So you can't look at it like they're dimming you down. Before you know it, if the enemies of your household, they're going to keep dimming you down. You'll be down to a refrigerator light bulb wattage. And
that'll be flickering on its way out too.
So, and because of this, look, we were in them churches. We understand it. If they got the scripture in them churches, but these plagues, like he put on Egypt. Remember Egypt? There was a lot of Israelites didn't believe it. Dathan didn't believe it.
That's right.
If you ever watched the Ten Commandments, Edward G. Robinson played it. And the Pharaoh would talk to him. He said, you would kill your own mama, wouldn't you? He said, if it pleased the Pharaoh.
That's right.
Absolutely. And it's the same way with the Pharisees when they was calling them out. And Pilate called them out. They said, look, you keep talking this noise. We sick of this Messiah. We'll tell Caesar on you. How you like that?
He hurry up and
went on. The Israelites.
That's right.
Go tell on the Messiah. Go tell Pilate who wanted to let him go. We'll go tell your boss.
That's right.
That you friends with, and we friends with the world. We're not friends with this Messiah God.
And we dealing with the descendants of them same
people,
wicked ass Israelites to this day.
But just like he gave them every opportunity to change their mind, just like Nicodemus creep with them around there at night, your family members gonna get that same opportunity. We don't deal with an unjust God. We deal with a just God, and their time will be coming where they will have their time of visitation where they either gonna accept or they gonna reject.
That's right.
Go ahead, bro.
Got this Ecclesiastes chapter 3 hitting on them times that you were just talking about, Daniel.
What is that?
To everything there is a season.
Yes, sir.
And a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born.
Dang.
A time to die. A time to plant. A time to pluck up that which is planted.
That's right.
A time to kill. A time to heal. A time to break down. A time to build up. A time to weep. A time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones, a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to get and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away, a time to rent and a time to sow, a time to keep silent and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time to war and a time of peace.
Yes, sir.
So just hitting on what you were just saying, everything in this season, everything in this time.
In this time, sister, they'll come around if you delivering the message. If it's passing through you, they'll get linked in. If not, they're going to get linked in by these supernatural events that's coming this way. And they come.
Correct.
Okay.
What else you got, Coach T?
I know you just talked about that, but I'm talking about once the man of sin makes his appearance in that temple out there in Israel, should everybody be fleeing to the wilderness?
Where you going? Where is the wilderness?
We already in the wilderness.
Exactly.
Coach T.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. We ready.
Judah is overspread.
I'm going to mention the website. He's preaching or teaching that as soon as the man of sin is revealed, that's when people should be fleeing to the wilderness, somewhere in Africa.
That's all.
Somewhere in Africa. See, that's the whole problem. We just read everything Mount Zion.
Right.
If you're in Jerusalem, go to Mount Zion. If you're in the land, you're gonna be. I mean, if you're not in the land, you're gonna be brought back to.
That's right.
To Jerusalem. See, it's a play on words, sister. It's like Abraham Lincoln and James Monroe. Do a little study on that Liberia, the establishment of Liberia. And see what's been happening since that time.
Correct.
You know, they allowed freed slaves to go back there. They've been warned ever since. Those Hamites didn't want them there. They still don't want us here today. Go in one of their stores and see just while they're here. You ain't got to go over to Africa to find out if they like it. Go in one of their stores and ask them a few questions.
That's right.
Right here in America, where you can talk to one of them who send money back there. Ask them if they sending any money back there for us. To set us up in good standing, so to speak.
And ask yourself this question. During our long, brutal captivity down here in the valley of death, Have y'all ever heard of one of them African kings getting off a plane in New York and declaring to America, "These are my brothers. I want them to come home with me. We will bring them back. It will cost them nothing. These are our brothers and our sisters. We are bringing them home." No. Y'all ain't seen one of them Hamite bastards with they stinking asses.
Hell, Nelson Mandela said they have their leaders. When they asked him, oh, they got their leaders.
Come over here and inquire about nary a Negro that's been lynched, castrated, or murdered. When the Tuskegee experiment went down, did one of them come over here and cuss America out and say, "Let my people go"?
You know that came back up this week. They looking for the mass grave sites from that.
I read an article on the network this week concerning that matter.
Yeah.
When they tore up Black Wall Street and murdered thousands of our people, did one of them Hamite kings get off a plane over there in New York and declare to America, "We they brethren, and they got enough money to come and get us up out of here"?
Right.
Them Hamites know who you are. You can fall for that bullshit scheme of that ambassador from Hamiteville if you want to. He like any other Gentile nation. He like the Moabite who will open up a Chinese restaurant in the heart of the ghetto and sell cat fried rice and rat fried rice and poodles and noodles all day long to you abominating eating Negroes. He don't give a damn about you except what he can make off you.
That's right.
These slant-eyed Koreans and coming over here selling this horsehair everywhere. They on the street corners everywhere. You used to go buy all them women beauty products from black-owned stores.
Yes. Yeah.
These Gentile nations that snuck up in our neighborhoods and put every black hairstylist, put them all out of business.
Back up.
Dry snitching. Fools who knowingly, unknowingly, putting in work for the devil. And the live stream has been rebooted, so you Hebrews just refresh whatever device you own. It was damn near 300 of y'all up in here. You moderators, keep an eye out for these drive-by keyboard warriors. Be ready to throw their ass out of here at the blink of an eye. Throw them out of her head first. We've had some excellent discussions thus far this morning.
Yes, sir.
Pertaining to some issues that's being kicked around in Zion. And Daniel, you was making a point about Little Dickie Shepherd and his fleet doctrine scheme during that break. Elaborate to the listening audience.
Yeah, you hear, you don't hear the whole plan. Prophecy is what prophecy is. It tells you what's going to happen in the beginning, the middle, and the end.
Correct.
So everything from, the precepts that you're looking at, there's no escape before tribulation.
Correct.
We're going to experience that.
It's going to be woe out.
Yeah.
Right.
Look,
what don't you understand about that?
Right.
If
y'all looking to not be woe out. You're looking to be trembling and hiding behind this or sheltering and hiding behind that. Some of us ready for the banging that's coming.
Yeah.
Hell, you'll be receiving stripes, death, the golden ticket for the kingdom.
Right.
If that's what it takes, hallelujah. Right. Go ahead, Tobias.
Got the 2 Timothy chapter 2, starting at verse 3.
What is that?
Therefore, endure hardness as good soldiers of Jesus Christ.
Yes, sir.
No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a good soldier, to be a soldier.
In this walk, Zion, we have to be steadfast.
That's right.
We have to carry ourselves honorably in this walk.
That's right.
You can't be ye a little faith. Because there'll be things that's going to shake the nations. Boy, I showed last night on that walk on the dark side of this Project Blue Beam that appeared over Wisconsin. Man, it looked like a spaceship, perfect circle with lights twinkling and blinking. Or if you was high as a cost of living, didn't know no better, you would think they was out there filming a Hollywood movie. They setting up these arch bayways from Palmyra. Put it up in D.C. at the height of that white folks civil war with this drunk ass Supreme Court justice, this racist, blockheaded pervert, alcoholic they just put on the Supreme Court. Man, these witches are casting spells. This is the season of the witch. Gonna come at the end of this month, Daniel. Once again, with more human blood being drunken on any night of the year, baby.
That's right.
Halloween
is coming.
Children are being snatched left and right, people. Right. I advise Israelites every year at this time, don't put your baby out on that street corner tomorrow morning waiting on no school bus by themselves. Hell, it's still dark outside. I know. I'm on my way to the corporate plantation. I'll be seeing short leggers standing out there by themselves. I be like, do they know the risks that they putting their babies in, Daniel? Because they snatching them left and right. Yeah. Everywhere. And boy, they doing satanic things in this hour.
Got to spill blood.
Our enemies are plotting our demise.
Yeah.
They're using folks that look like us to get us put on hate lists, watch lists. Hell, if you are already in this walk, you become an enemy of this world.
Yeah.
Now we have heathen enemies. Rothschilds, Rockefeller. We got Khazar enemies.
Yeah.
These Hamites ain't got no love for us, Daniel.
No.
These Ishmaelites running all the gas stations in the ghetto and the STL, and I know they invaded y'all land of Goshen, wherever y'all posted up to. We know these Palestinian and these slope-headed ass Arabs doing the same thing here in the STL that they doing up in New York, down in Florida. These are sleeper cells, Daniel.
Yes, sir.
They ain't got no love for Israel, partner. What we have to come to understand, Israel, is that this heathen knows who you are. They have the advantage over us as a people, as a whole. Because remember, it's only a few of us who know that we the natural branch.
That's right.
We the blood-bought people of the book. Hell, even the ABC camp boys know that. But that still makes up but a small bit of us, Daniel Solomon.
Right.
And even amongst those who know it, think about this. You got Negroes who still walking on the dark side with strange doctrines, titles of men, the wearing of satanic emblems, bowing down secretly before Baphomet, our enemy. So that makes you really think on that word called remnant, Daniel Solomon.
That's right.
That means a few, don't it, boy?
That's right.
Because the prerequisite is we must worship the Most High in spirit and in truth.
That's right.
Absolutely.
There's a whole lot of Hebrews want to get down on the spirit side. That's knowing who you are, knowing a few Hebrew words, wearing the culture, act like you live in the culture. But the truth is what separates the men from the boys.
That's right.
The true servants from the pretenders. Or as the scriptures say, the wheat from the tares.
That's right.
Don't the script say the wheat and the tares coming up together, Daniel Solomon?
Yeah, let them grow up together.
That's right.
And the sister say her mom and people ain't trying to hear it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She trying to stand on being that wheat.
Right.
And them tares wearing her ass out.
That's right.
She want us to give her advice to, okay, just cut them off. Just cut them clean off. We can't tell you that, Coach T.
Right.
But then you be extinguishing your light. Let your light shine bright.
Right.
To overpower all the darkness and doubt that surrounds you.
Right.
And as they see you being blessed by the Most High, and as they see the arm of our Yah moving in these plagues and these natural terrorism that the Most High is bringing forth with just a little bit of rain, just a little bit of water, just a little wind. Because you know that's all these tornadoes is, Daniel, a little wind and rain.
That's right.
The Most High using the elements he created.
That's right.
And he's bringing natural terrorism upon our enemies.
Mm-hmm.
And see, I dig a little deeper.
Yeah.
I want to see supernatural things like them nigger lip mosquitoes, big as wasps.
Ooh.
And when they sting you, it feel like you've been stuck with a steak knife.
Ooh.
You know you've been bit.
Yeah.
Immediately.
You come up torments.
Right.
And that unicorn horn that may not be seen on that white horse forehead from out of North Carolina.
Yeah.
I'm asking the Most High, as it was in the days of Moses.
Right.
Bring them to their knees like you did them black-ass Hamite Egyptians.
He sound the same yesterday as today.
Them Africans.
He's the same yesterday as today.
Right.
He ain't even got to up his game on to bring these nations down.
That's right.
Like they have to build weapons and we got lasers now. He like, oh, that's
man.
That's them guns when you pull the trigger, the word
bang come out.
That's right. That's right. Like on the cartoon.
Yeah.
Like on the cartoon.
You got.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah, y'all still talking about the flood. Y'all comparing everything I do to it. Y'all ain't coming close because y'all say we can't produce something on biblical proportions.
Correct.
Not man-made.
That's right.
Not unless we kill ourselves.
That's right. Now these Africans want to get slick. Come on back now. We will give you citizenship and land. Come. Bring that money. And bring some of those big booty women to be like.
Look, the order always been the king of the nation.
I'll bust one of them Hamites' head to the white meat. Go ahead,
our
Dan.
captors get the message and they deliver the message. It's the deal. You niggas, African Americans, colors, black, jungle bunny, Hebrew is like whatever y'all want to call y'allselves, y'all got to get out of here. Can't one of you stay. All y'all got to get out of here.
That's right. That's right.
But they gonna say it.
They gonna say it down the south.
See, this is these arguments with your aunties and uncles and cousins.
Correct.
When they see it on the news, it's time to put up a shut up.
Hallelujah. And if they gonna come, they gonna beat down your doors. What was that you were saying about the book of Revelation? They want to hold some instant Bible classes.
It say the blindness is until the fullness of the Gentiles be in.
Hallelujah. Let's get back at these phone lines. Shalom, you on air. Who we speaking with?
All praises to the Most High. Long live the King.
Long live the King. Shalom, Achmelech. How you feeling this moment, Hebrew?
Oh, I'm feeling right like an Israelite. How y'all brothers doing?
Feeling good like Hebrew should. Talk to us.
Bless.
I mean, this conversation is, I guess, I got kind of personal to me because it's kind of around me. And in the sense of some of my brothers, I do not believe in their hearts that they're trying to mislead anybody for any apparent reason. I think that some of them just have a desire to get on because they're tired. But as I say that, a mission has been put in this planet already for us. And our mission is to keep those 10 commandments.
That's right.
Now, our vision is the kingdom.
Right.
So if the mission hasn't changed, we should still be teaching the commandments because I can't speak for everybody else, but I'm fighting daily to keep them.
Correct.
Are we changing the doctrine already? So now the doctrine is we need to get up out of here, but we still got brothers and sisters here who don't even know to keep the 10. And we still have the poor right here who can't leave with us. And I swear the Messiah said, blessed is the poor. The poor will always be around you. So how do we now, some of them, and this is not my brothers now, but how do some of them now talk about we know the best of the best? So now you're eliminating the poor when the Messiah said, blessed is the poor. So some of this is just beyond me. Because the Most High is very clear on everything that you need to do salvationally. All this other stuff, I don't get it. Can some of y'all help me out, please?
Well, you are absolutely right, Al. Everybody ain't on good Dickie Shepherd money hunt scheme down in Solomon. Just talking about taking off running. Some of them just sick of America. They Man, look, if you know in 1 hour they're going to get what they got coming. Don't it say get on out of here? Well, there's a whole lot of Hebrews that don't live in America.
That's right.
Judah is overspread to the four corners of the earth.
That's right.
Hell, Judah down in Jamaica and Caribbean islands, the Virgin Islands, the Pacific Islands of Guam, Australia, France, Germany, England. I see some Hebrew always online. Over in Japan, I guess he's in the military, on a military base over there. Or maybe he live amongst them damn Moabites over in Japan. I don't know. But we do know, as it is written, Daniel.
Yes, sir.
The Most High shall bring us from the four corners of the earth.
That's what he said. And look, what we're talking about is moving through. You want to see lockdown 911. When the order came, it better not be an airplane in the sky in the world. Not just in America. When the order came out, it said it better not be an airplane in the air in the entire planet Earth.
That was just a test run.
And it wasn't.
Just like getting that text message from President Trump the other day was a test run in this beast system that we are in. The remnant gonna get it.
See, look, if he don't send the message that, hey, your God is putting it on me, y'all got to go, then that's why we offer two sides of that, how we was explaining it from the perspective, Jake. You know what I'm saying? We offer the side of those using trickery.
That's right.
Falsified documents and stuff to get out. There's a punishment that come with that. And then there's a side of people saying, man, I'm cool, I'm retired, my money's good. Or if you young or old, I think I'm moving back to the land. That's cool, but even there, if you be in Judea, you got to know where to run to there. It's going to be heated up there. So it's still, you have to be able to be ready to move, because tribulation going to be on you everywhere on this globe.
Correct.
Ain't nowhere to run.
Correct.
That's right.
Ariel Ben Israel, you got some heathens you need to throw up out the room. Put the coffee and biscuits and eggs down and come over to the computer and throw a couple of these heathens ass up out of here. Go ahead, Israelite.
And for all of us who, for some of us, or some of them are just in a hurry, so they're trying to help the Most High. So I'm going to tell you a little story about when you try to help the Most High.
Go ahead.
I know all of them know about Jacob and Esau and how the Most High came to Rebekah and told her that the blessing was for Jacob. So when it came to time, if she would have just waited on the Most High,
And that's right.
then the Most High would have handled that business with Isaac, and Jacob still would have got the blessing. So what they did, they tried to help him. Oh, it's for you. I know it's for you. So they ran and dressed them up and they fit them in there. And look, and this is one of the reasons we're going through some of this right now. Don't try to help him. You can't help it.
Right. It's before that. Even Sarah, same way. Said, no, I'll do it by Hagar. Same way.
He don't need no help. He doesn't need our help. He's helping us.
Hallelujah.
And man, I don't understand that. And if he told a message for one of us to move, all of us should be moving. Because as far as I can tell, he never does with individuals. Now, as I say that, if you find it in your heart that you need to do that, and that's best for you and your family, then so be it. But when you try to make a doctrine out of this, we already have one. Keep teaching the 10.
That's right.
Our brothers and sisters don't even know anything about the 10 yet.
We few and far between.
Getting people into a situation who brand new, and the first thing they hear is about moving, we're going to lose them and confuse.
Well.
And he is not the author of confusion.
Right. I mean, or at least just show one successful move. I'm talking about when you're less than zero. You ain't even in the black on a successful movement. And I'm including the Jim Jones and the David Koreshes and the Monas and the Floridas.
That's right.
All of them.
That's right.
You can't get one that said we succeed now. Because you're going to take your mind off of what's coming. It's understood, bro. We understand it. We saying if you feel like you need to go home, go home.
We'll pray for you.
But don't think.
But don't look down upon me and my brothers and sisters who think you may be off your rocker You want to leave your elders. You may want to leave some of your people. You may want to leave and just look behind, and so be it. And we fellowship with Hebrews who have done this.
Right.
Been living in the land decades,
right.
30, 40 years.
Yeah.
We'll bid you well, say we'll pray for you, you pray for us.
Right.
But when y'all try to put all Israel in this, like something wrong with us that we don't want to, we ain't packing up tomorrow ready to go with you.
Right.
No, you out of order with that.
Right.
And all y'all ain't on the little Dickie Shepherd get rich scheme using folks to do this.
Right.
We understand that.
We talking about.
Let's make that difference. Go ahead, Danny.
If you're looking at Abraham, you know, left all and left. Look, Abraham wasn't bound to nobody. Abraham wasn't a captive. We need to know how you gonna get through these points, these checkpoints, to move out of this lane. You know, we asking that, and then when is the prison's gonna be opened up?
Right.
The prophecy.
All the brothers and sisters, free case, innocent sitting up at night.
It's got to be a first shot for everybody. You can't leave them behind, and if you leave behind and say, "Oh, that's the work the Messiah gonna clean up," no. If he gonna clean it up later, I'll wait.
Who's not trying to move doesn't hate Africa. See, that's the first thing they want to say.
Man, the homeland. The homeland is in Africa.
I want to cut that short right now. I'm going to give one little personal story on me. When I was in college, there was a lot of international students there. And there was this African girl there who they were trying to send back, who was about to finish her degree to be a nurse. And so they were trying to send her back, but they wasn't trying to send none of the Swedish and the Irish and none of them back.
Correct.
So I ended up marrying this woman to keep her here, and she's a successful nurse today. And she's from Gambia. And her father and them blessed me after I did this for her now. So they can talk all the rest that they want to. I have possession over their land over there. No, I'm not married to her anymore. So this was when I was going through my Pan-Africanism. I already been there, done that. So there's a lot of us who already thought these ideas, but then nobody even expressed to see has anybody thought about this. What's really going on? Has anybody been over there? Because some of these places are fighting over one chicken bone.
No doubt. Hell.
They're trying to bring 40 million people there.
Boy, it'll be.
It's just not thought out. I don't think that they're just. I understand trying to get out of here. I don't want to be here either.
Well, you still.
But I'm waiting on the Most High. He don't need my help. He's gonna let me know, and I'm gonna move. And when I move, my prisoner's going, my elderly going, my poor going, everybody going.
Yeah. And when you're moving like that, see, even today, you're gonna be moving as refugees. You got a mass of people coming to the country.
You'd be like a Mexican without a green card.
You know, unless there's something super.
That's it. Now again, y'all can pull up and continue to monitor the progress of the new platform that's coming. All you got to do is type in a Google page, MrHebrew1.tv. When you hit enter, you know you're on a website. When you see that familiar looking first line drawn into that microphone, and you see that coming soon, MrHebrew1.tv. With that countdown clock, that's ticking. The Hebrews, of course, we're going to try to bring it in much faster than what y'all see up there on them days, but a clue what we're dealing with and creating this for ourselves, where we have 100% control of all content. And all things that are placed on it. No more telling me I can't show the whole video showing this heathen white whore trying to tase my two sisters. I wanted to show y'all the rest of what they heathen Boney Maloney. They broke her ass off clean and proper. But if I didn't cut that video in half, hell, they'd have threw my black ass on. The dry snitches would have had me through off faster than they did. And I've been collecting these things for years, Daniel. So I'll be able to unpack all them folders on a platform we control with many more features that YouTube don't have.
Oh,
BrewTube already got them shook. That's why we had to move back the creation date a few more days. Originally, it was supposed to only be about 2-3 weeks out.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they put 41 days up on her. That's the countdown clock.
Yeah, they're giving us, got to give themselves time.
Right.
Yeah, we want it to be done professionally.
Roll it out.
When we go out of town, we don't stay at the Bates Motel.
Right.
We pay our way.
Right.
And yes, we're going to want the best graphics. We're going to want the best designs. We're going to want it to be in the hands of the Hebrews that can get it done. Because when we say Hebrew built and Hebrew operated, that's exactly what we mean.
Yeah.
If it's the Most High's will, this going to get done.
Yes, sir. Only way.
You can't be scared, Daniel Solomon.
Way.
Right.
Is they monitoring hell? They monitoring it already.
Yes, sir.
I done got the reports that the dry snitching their ass off. I just made up BrewTube.
Right.
Boy, do you know they already whining? They copywriting that? I'm like, copywriting hell? What, copyright what? That's just a nickname for Mr. Hebrew One.tv.
Yeah.
Boy.
You snitching ass
I was
bastards.
looking for anything.
Yeah.
They hating like Satan.
Yeah.
Don't hate.
Yeah.
Then some of our enemies, them Moabites over in Japan, how do they do it? How do they do it?
Yeah.
Because remember, we ain't supposed to know none of these things.
Right.
It's just like the music we play on the platform. They don't know what these labs are, right?
Right. But they know the people because it's a history. They read the same history book.
Who gonna do it better than
They
us,
know.
Zion?
Right. They just saying, damn, they done found out, and all of them starting to pick it up. That means my end is coming. My end is coming.
They know what the business is.
Boy,
They know what the business is.
you better get on the train and make sure your ending is served.
Hallelujah. Shalom, we on the air. Who we speaking with? Dade County in a building. Cut your radio all the way down, Hebrew. Cut your radio all the way down because it's a 7-second delay and we don't want to hear ourselves. So cut your radio all the way on 0. Talk to us through the phone. How you feeling this morning?
Doing good. I'd like to say shalom to Brother Daniel Solomon and Brother Tobias.
Shalom, brother.
Shalom, brother.
Talk to us.
You can hear me better?
We can hear you crystal clear. Talk to us, Israelite.
Okay. I had a question in regards to Matthew chapter 2. Now I know John the Baptist and Christ, they were 6 months apart in age. I also know that Christ, they fled to Egypt because King Herod ordered out a hit.
Correct.
On the babies,
Correct.
and younger.
Correct.
My question is, knowing that John the Baptist was born before him, 6 months before him, where was John the Baptist during this time when Christ fled to Egypt?
Where was John the Baptist?
Yeah.
In Judea, where he was born.
Some of them babies were well hid and survived the purge of Herod.
Right.
It ain't hard to figure out, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, the reason why I was asking is I was looking for that answer, I was reading like a couple of other sources. I just want to see if it checked out.
Well, it just said a lot of people didn't flee. That's why the slaughter was so great. But, some had good hiding spots. It's like what Esau did, though. But when you read in the book of Obadiah, and it says he cut off the pathway of some of them that did escape, and that's why the punishment going to be greater because of some could have got away and you blocked their passageway. So, but when the herd was killing all of the children, some stayed in Jerusalem till the slaughtering point was over. They were just well hid, just like Moses down in Egypt. They were slaughtering. That was a great slaughter. When you get into the book of Jasher, it really gives some detail on the slaughtering of the children. And Moses and his brother, and there was other children. The midwives was hiding babies. So, but they just got caught up with Moses and had to put him in a basket and get him out of there. But There was a lot of children that did make it through that, and John the Baptist was one of them because they don't list him being in any other location.
Okay.
Anything else you got, Hebrew?
I was just trying to figure that out based on some other sources. But funny thing about it, some of the other stuff I was reading, saying that he was sent out in the wilderness with some brothers, but I couldn't get past reading about these brothers. Some of them they identified some of them as the Essenes or the Ebionites. But funny thing that happened while I was reading that was that I couldn't get past hearing Brother Jacob's voice in my head, and that was only because of the lifestyle these brothers were living. And all I could hear was like hobos every time I read it. So it was just kind of funny to me every time I read it. But yeah, that's what I was just trying to figure out exactly.
Well, we've been dealing with vagabond Hebrews a long time. Hell, they ain't just sprouted up in our generation, Daniel Solomon.
Yeah.
That Sirach break it off, don't it?
Hey, boy. That's way before us.
It's just funny to me.
That's right,
Well, speaking of that, that's another question I had regarding the mark of the beast. Wouldn't that make, like, those brothers that's going to be going through that, wouldn't that make us all homos by default?
No, not only no, hell no. Not only no. Some of us ain't got a hobo gene in our body, just like some of us ain't got a homosexual gene in our body.
Right.
No, they can't. The world can't define who you are, Hebrew. Get out that mindset. That's the Eurocentric mindset that we've been taught from preschool to kindergarten to grade school. You know, it's westernized socio-economic, religious, political system, Daniel Solomon. Right. In other words, the captivity our black ass has been caught up in for 2,000 years. Right. You know, there's a lot of things we got to shake. And, of course, we have what's called untreated trauma.
Yes, sir.
That they call in the psychological world.
Yes, sir.
Where many of the abuses that have been done to us have never been, we've never sat on nobody's couch. You know, like little Jimmy have trouble with homework or relationships at grade school. They get him a psychiatrist. They sit him on a couch, Daniel.
Yeah.
Right. They getting psychological counseling, from 6, 7, 8 years old till they leave up out of here.
Yeah.
And they ain't had nary a whip of chain put on their ass. Never been told to get their black ass to the back of the bus. Right. I don't care how much money you got in your pocket or how loud your belly growling with hunger. Get your ass out of here. We don't serve niggas up in here. Right. They ain't never had to deal with none of that.
None of that.
Last hired, first fired.
Yeah.
Tuskegee experiments.
Right.
Ku Klux Klan.
Right.
They ain't never had to deal with none of that. German shepherds and water hoses. They ain't never had to deal with none of that. Redlining and gentrification. They ain't never had to deal with none of that. Just out and out, buck naked, racist ass hatred and just animalistic, almost on a satanic level hatred of you. They ain't never had to deal with none of that. We have for century after century after century. And that's what leads to that untreated trauma. Because some of our poor unfortunate brothers and sisters are snapped like twigs. That's this outlandish behavior you see, the lashing out, this society. Yeah. You know, we've been conditioned for this. You know, they intentionally made Cabrini Greens up in Chicago.
That's right.
Before they built these inner city projects, they did experiments where they took rats and they built little tall story like little buildings. And they made them rats live on top of one another. They became agitated from the overcrowding. Right. And before you know it, they turned on each other. Yeah. And it was civil war. Yeah. Them rats tore each other apart. Right. Then them heathens went out and they made Cabrini Green. Yes. A skyscraper. Right. Niggas stacked on top of one another like sardines. Right. They made Pruitt-Igoe here in St. Louis. Yeah. They made the projects where you live at. Right. No matter how small your community is, it was all designed based off of this formula. This social experimentation. Yeah. Then this heathen and this kike is so damn wicked. They turn around and make a TV program based on this experiment and got Negroes loving it. They called it Good Times. Where they showed J.J. Walker them.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Living up in Cabrini Greens. The daddy can't keep a job a half a show.
Yeah, no, I've seen James be fired 3 times in
one show.
One episode, he been fired off 3 jobs.
There wasn't no good times. There was bad times.
JJ wearing long drawers with holes in them, mismatched socks.
Right.
It's always cold. They got on fur coats in the winter. It's always hot in the summer.
Yeah.
They always having rent parties. They broke as hell and whining, but they wanted to convince you we having a good time.
Yeah.
I despise that show. I didn't understand it when I was little, Daniel Solomon.
But like they do.
They make caricatures
Yeah.
of the situations that they intentionally put us in. Go ahead.
See, but what I'm saying is our adversary is so crafty within that show, because when you get hooked, it's without excuse still watching TV, period. They did one episode about the scripture, about the
Black Jesus.
Messiah, you know, and they read the scripture, and then she doubted the scripture.
That's right.
Like
Sure did.
And
Sure
pointed
did.
back to the idol. So it showed you, see, we showing y'all what type of people y'all are. Y'all just won't keep the commandment. If y'all keep the commandment, then y'all know good times, but it's
Right.
gonna be as good as it get for y'all. Because y'all disobedient.
That's right. Now
She pulled them down. But neither one should have been up on the wall.
That's right.
Black or white.
Right.
But the fact that she rejected what the scripture has said, we're not destroyed for lack of knowledge. Rejecting it. So it ain't like we see right there. Satan put it right in our face, Jay.
Right in our face.
Choose up, choose side. He's been doing it since the garden.
Man, since the garden. Sister God. And right now we have free will, don't we, this morning?
Yes, sir.
Don't we have free will, you Hebrews?
Yes, sir.
Y'all got free will to be up in this
well, do you know how many
room you in?
Households looked and said, that's right, that's why my Jesus don't stay on the wall.
Boy,
right where it's at.
Them Kazars knew what they was doing on that episode, didn't
Boy,
they? That Norman Lear.
Winning, gambling on the Blackwood.
Boy, look here. Look here. Another one that I kind of like, but it was ridiculous. A homeboy, Red Fox, Sanford and Son. Now he got the raggediest ass truck in all of Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Junk hanging off that damn thing everywhere, Daniel Solomon. His house is a hot mess. Don't nothing match.
Right.
Boy, when he reached in them drawers and get them reading glasses, and he had all them discarded glasses up in there from 30, 40 years ago, some missing arms, some missing lenses. That was funny as hell.
Yeah.
But it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And he talking about, this is my empire. Lamont, a grown-ass man, still living at home with his daddy. Hanging out with Rollo wine, woman drinking ass. Boy, it's a hot mess.
Yeah.
This is how they portrayed us to the whole world.
Yes, sir. Honest.
And boy, don't talk about honest. Lips tight.
Woodrow.
Right.
Boy, had Woodrow draws riding up tight on
them. And did one episode of when Fred thought he was
a pastor.
You.
Oh, okay.
Notice how Norman Lear once again sneak that in on them scripts they had those actors read.
Yeah.
Were those actors, Daniel Solomon?
Yeah.
Boy, have you ever had a good time being broke and hungry?
No.
No, sir.
Huh?
No.
I don't know nobody this morning that's having a good time that woke up this morning broke and hungry. Them ain't no damn good times.
No.
That long time to be slapping hands, hollering dynamite and all that other foolishness.
Right.
That's like that roll call verse in there tell you, preacher is lie, hollow stomachs and hard times.
That's it, boy. The reality, the harsh realities of the world in which we live. We're dealing with crafty adversaries.
Oh, yeah.
Anything else you got for us, Hebrew? Hold on. Tobias got a script.
Yeah, just want to read that Jeremiah 50 and 6, just hitting on how our adversaries think they think they can offend us because we've been sinned against our God. It says right here in verse 6 of that Jeremiah 50, my people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountain. They have gone from mountain to hill. They have forgotten their resting place. All that found them have devoured them. And their adversary said, we offend not, because they have sinned against the Lord, the habitation of justice. even the Lord, the hope of their fathers.
That's right.
See, and that's a dirty game Satan plays.
Mm-hmm.
You know what your God asking you to do, but look, you ain't gonna see that in your lifetime. Neither's your children.
That's right.
Come on, take a bite.
What are we dealing with?
Boy, it just ain't no coincidence on the back of that iPhone. It's a bite out of that apple.
Right. Ain't no coincidence whatsoever.
Yeah.
And with this 5G is a reason they use that emblem of that bit Apple.
Yeah.
Because it's a worldwide application.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just like that text y'all got from the orange pervert the
other
day.
Yeah, I got
whether
that.
you wanted to get it or not.
Right.
It was a test run for what's to come.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you got, Hebrew?
Nah, that's about it. Thanks for clearing that up, because I was kind of like confused about the whole homo thing. I figured we're gonna be out in this wilderness, not dealing with this sister that make us homos.
No, not
cleared it up.
Not hard.
Making a point is a mindset.
Right. Hallelujah.
Right.
Actually, one more thing I got to say, Brother Jacob. It's in return to you, at John chapter 2, verse 13 through 16, when Christ was running the money changers out the temple.
Correct.
You know, ever since I've never been able to read that scripture like straight through. Ever since you did your own little rendition of it, man. Every time I get to it, it throws me off.
That's right. See. That's right. That's right. That's right.
No, it wasn't like that.
Man, it wasn't hard like that. That's how the Christians want to portray our Messiah.
Right.
He limp wristing through there. Now you put that up. Put those dice up.
Nah.
Get out my daddy's house.
Nah.
You over there, get out of here. Man, he grabbed a whip and was whooping asses. Boy. Get up out of here with that.
Right. That's right.
Man,
small in the back.
Man, had money tables. I want you to imagine quarters and nickels flying everywhere. Negroes scuffling and boy trampling one another, trying to get from amongst them first blows that was being delivered. That's how it really went down now. Not that Eurocentric, Christianized queer version that they try to put out our Messiah to be. I'm glad it stuck with you, Hebrew. Hallelujah. Appreciate your call. That's right. I appreciate the call, Hebrew. Shalom. Now, this is the business, y'all. We're going to take one more break. Then we out of here after these 5 calls. Don't nobody else call up here. Daniel got a house full of grandbabies over there. You got to get out of here. We're going to take these last 5 calls and get out of here on this edition of the world's most dangerous talk show. Shalom. Good show so far. Yeah, good show so far. I probably want to know if that hobo is a if they're going to make us hobos by default. I got a hobo bone in my mouth. Like you ain't got no gate bone in your body.
Exactly, by choice, like you just said.
I know been all over Africa and America and how my bitch. You wasn't listening to nothing. Military, I speak from experience. I've been there, I've done that. Back during my Pan-African days. When he said he knew a Hamite girl in college, they were trying to put her out, he married her so she could stay over here. Oh, I thought you said right. And he's been over there. Say he don't land over there. From back during his Pan-African days. So he kind of speaks from experience. All the time in the ghetto, but they went anywhere in the
Psalms 19, verse 12. Feel like mental health, then the sun prevailed. When you move the bell, show me I need the help. So where do I begin? Make it the ways of man. Because the corner man forgot the sins with clans. When they purged his hands, so God make it stand. Made our own ways, though we formed by hand. Made a covenant to keep the wedding plans. Blood in the hand, blood of man. On God's land, we gather the troops. God's the truth. He leads the truth. what us men like. Now Moses don't leave out. And that mutual bond is where men die. The blood atonement to be at one with the one that won't let the holy son when they think they living when they dead inside. Cause they swallow pride but in the kingdom now. Remove the blinds to see the sun inside. At the resurrection then the sun will rise. TikTok, fuel the bomb drops in that minute slips. And then the cruises got hype from believe in God. It gets a pick inside because the busy ride. Kings and priests, unconscious minds. As I go on my way, I realize that it's not easy.
Yeah, because I can't mute on here like that.
I said, I'm gonna stay on this running journey. As I go on my way, I realize this path is not easy. With my hand in the
Well, he said they could.
Them short teeth was full of meat, boy.
The smell was bad.
He needed some red wool toothpicks, boy, to get all that meat out them teeth.
Dang.
And he to break off some tree branches to get them.
Quite a while. He like, oh, you want to be the tough one, huh?
Oh, them big ass short teeth, boy, was full of human meat.
Boy, he rolled above the water for a little while with a cramp in his mouth. I want everybody to see.
Spit with many men, the small soul, cause they don't know the identity. But I do, so they hate me. Because you're a nation of people that's so rebellious. Accusers of your brother, race, that you can get judged. But I stay one to four with all my righteous fellas. Cause we know who we are, there's nothing else that you can tell us. Yeah, I said, I know who you are. And I know where you're going. Yeah, I said, I know who you are. I know who you are. And I know where you're going.
Just gonna leave. Understand here, we gonna leave. We gonna do it in order.
Yeah. We ignorant. We proud. Rebellious. I strive to be like them. We try. Our own culture we deny. So unaware. We run. Searching for a sign. I know who you are.
What do you say?
We broadcasting live, worldwide. You're listening to the world's most dangerous talk show, the Hebrew One Show, exclusively here on the Hebrew Israelite Radio Network. We're getting out of here a little early today. Brother Daniel got some things he needed to do. Dr. Boz forgot the laptop, so we've been struggling over here with the live stream. He got
it's my fault, fam. Sorry about that.
He got the smartphone hooked up. Yeah, kill that. He got the smartphone hooked up, and of course they jiggling wires like hell around here. You know, I told these brothers when I let them in this morning, man, we ain't even online right now. I've been battling these bouses about half an hour trying to get online. Our enemies are watching closely, you Hebrews.
Yes, sir.
They reading the text up in this room of you Israelites and see that knowledge is going forth, Daniel Solomon.
Yeah.
We proving that these bones can live.
That's right.
Because some of these Hebrews is up out of England, some of them over there in the Holy Land, they scattered to the folk home. You ain't over there, Hebrews?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm just in jail.
And what we have to understand, you Israelites, this ain't no easy walk.
No, sir.
If you the easy giving up kind, the devil gonna come after your ass full blast.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna be easy work for him.
That's right.
You have to endure until the end.
Yes, sir.
That's what it says.
As it is written. And you don't know what that end is going to be, Zion.
That's right.
But one thing we know about the history of our people, Zion, we built to last. When we discussing during the break, man, how them Romans on the siege of Titus in 70 AD, they knew eventually we was going to have to come out of there if they encompass Jerusalem round about and don't let nothing in and don't let nothing out.
Right.
And when the food finally ran out, and they brought those goats and those sheep, and they roasted them right there at the gates, and the wind brought the smell of that roasted meat up over the walls, and it came into the city. It drove our ancestors crazy, Daniel.
That's right.
Drove some of them to commit cannibalism.
Right.
Yes or no?
That's right.
As it was foretold that we would do.
Right.
Why? Because of our disobedience.
That's right.
Exactly.
This generation understands what disobedience is. And we trying all in our power not to be falling under that category. Because that's the key to us getting out of here.
That's right. That's right.
We must obey. Only thing y'all have ever heard on our network, any lessons we put forth, let us keep the commandments.
That's right.
Let us keep the laws, statutes, and commandments of our Elohim.
That's right.
Let us do what our ancestors didn't, you Hebrews. Because we know why we were thrown into captivity time and time and time again.
That's right.
The Most High has always sent his servants, the prophets, to warn Israel when we was going astray. He gave us a heads up. He told us, cut it out.
Right.
When the kingdom split up, 10 of the tribes went up north, made Samaria their capital, and Judah and Benjamin stayed in Jerusalem.
Right.
We warred with each other like Crips and Bloods. Yes or no, Daniel?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We schemed on one another. Was they dry snitching back then, Daniel Solomon, like gorilla black bastards, sneaky bastards, dry snitching today?
Same yesterday.
Is anything new under the sun, Daniel Solomon?
Same yesterday as today. It has to be because prophecy was wrote back when they was living.
Right.
Not while we living. We fulfilling what they was writing about.
Right.
Same yesterday as today.
That's right.
So in other words, ain't nothing new under the sun.
That's right. The sun. It applied to the end of time.
Correct. So when we understand the concept of remnant, Zion, that's few and far between, and you have to expand your thinking and stop thinking about the tribe of Judah only. There's 11 other tribes.
That's right.
So that means there's a remnant of Judah, Daniel?
Yeah.
And there's a remnant of the other 11 tribes. Yeah, Nick.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
There's only one power that can be in control of handling that piece of business. That's the Most High Yah.
That's right.
He's our deliverer.
Yes, sir.
He got the books written in heaven. He know where every tribe is, every part of the remnant is, and he's looking out for them in this hour, Zion. Right. Trust in Yah. And keep it moving.
Right.
Now, are there going to be contentions among Hebrews, Daniel? Boy, you talking about a stiff-necked people.
Oh, man.
You talking about some people can't even get together and play some spades to 500 without arguments breaking out.
You so right, boy. You reneged.
You talking about people that can't sit down and play some dominoes, boy, without some under-eyed looks and evil thoughts taking place.
Yeah.
Just because all you got is that snake-eye bone in your hand and he got the double fives and he's making all the scoreboard. Mm-hmm. You talking about this people.
Right.
I'm talking about that people, Daniel.
Yes, sir. That people. You know.
Right. That's why people so surprised when we get together that it's shalom.
Right.
They over there in peace. What?
Well, you gotta practice that.
Yes, sir.
It's a practice that we have to adhere to, Daniel Solomon.
That's right.
And is it gonna be bumps in the road? Not only hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
Because remember, the devil don't like nothing that's taking place this morning.
Right.
Mm.
We holding intelligent conversations amongst each other worldwide, Zion, about subject matters that pertain to us.
That's right.
As our true identity as a people.
Yes, sir.
It ties into world events.
Right.
As it ties into world events in real time concerning us as a people. Not letting them, like they come up in here trying to define who we are.
Right.
Get your punk ass up out of here. Who told you could Who invited you up in here, let alone tell you you could come up in here asking us anything with your loose talk, your greasy ass mouth. Get your greasy mouth ass up out of here. Or I'll send them packing with a swift kick to the ass. And see, some of you scared, Nick Rose, y'all ain't used to that kind of talk. It scares you. Man. Lord God, they let them talk like that? Yeah, we have to build our own platforms in order to speak like this. Right. Because if it was some heathen in control of this operation, boy, we'd be shut down last week. Oh, man. Y'all know that, right?
Man, last year.
Experienced that.
Hey, y'all think there's a radio station on the planet that'll let Dawi y'all say what he say on these airwaves? Huh?
Not for long.
How about Sister Kern when she had a little of that brown liquor in her? Boy. And I go on and let her flow a little taste. And I like to let Hebrews express themselves. Got a wild cussing Hebrew out of Houston, Texas. I'll let them go sometime. Yeah. Hell, Israel need to hear these things. Right. Hell, we living it out. Cry loud. We are the example of this people of this book. Right. We are the set apart. So no, we ain't gonna let y'all define us. We ain't gonna let y'all tell us what we can and can't say, can or can't do. Because we're gonna try to make sure you ain't got no hand in this.
So they just take his word for it.
And I had to laugh. Man, if you press me a little bit more, you would get it. You would see and understand it. And I tell them, because like I said, I'm not, it's a progression to me. And and I'm studying. Because like I said, I'm on the road more than I am at home.
Correct.
So, I try to read as much as I can. I listen to great the music that you guys, because that's how I get it. I receive that spiritual feeling through y'all platform, through the music, everything. So it's man, I'm just so grateful to y'all, man, because it's like what I'm saying right now. I want to do it to the end.
Yes, sir. Hallelujah.
And where you gonna run to? Africa, like you said, Jacob, I'm like, my system ain't telling me to eat no Baboon burgers or no.
That's right. That's right.
No, I'm not rolling like that. I'll stay here and deal with the problems that we got here in America.
Well,
I'm standing on my face.
Right, and look, if you die over here, it's still a one-way ticket. We just saying one-way ticket if you alive. That's all we saying. We don't want to do no stop-offs. We don't want to do no layover, as they call it. We want to go straight. Look, because the scripture say 1 Corinthians 15, the dead should be resurrected first, and the living can't go in before them because they done laid down their life for it.
Right.
So, and that's straight from if you died here, straight to the kingdom. So, in like manner, if I'm alive and this thing is taking place, I ain't looking for no stopovers, Jay. No, going straight to the land.
I ain't looking for no flybys either.
No flybys, none of that.
I'm looking for the prophecy to be fulfilled.
Hey.
Right. How about that?
Yes, sir.
Hallelujah.
Right, Jacob. You brothers are absolutely right. So I'm standing on it. I'm standing on it. I was grateful that you read the little script that about. I read the same script, and like I said, my memory, I can't retain that stuff. Like you guys do, about the husband and wife, the one believer and one's not a believer. I understand that because it helps me in my spirit that, till my life grows brighter and brighter, my family can come along and
Yes, that's right, Al. Yes, that's right, Al.
You said it clearly. When it hits the fan, you're going to have a lot of people reaching out to people, wanting the Bible studies and wanting to get taught, wanting to get an understanding.
That's right.
So thank you, brother.
Hallelujah. All praise to the Most High. We appreciate the call. Shalom.
Shalom.
We got 3 more calls to get to. Shalom. You on air. Who we speaking with?
Hello, Brother Baby. Was that me?
That's you. What's your name?
Hi, this is Vanessa Walker from Seattle, Washington. How are you today?
Feeling good like a Hebrew should. How you doing, Sister Vanessa?
Well, first I want to give all praises to the Most High. Yeshua. And shalom to you, Brother Jacob, young Solomon, and welcome to Maya.
Shalom, sis.
To the show.
Thank you.
It's good to hear you as a reader.
Shalom, sis.
Shalom. Yeah, Brother Jacob, I am just very, very vexed. I you know, he keeps a lot of things from me personally, you know, from me being affected like I'm going through. You know, but I have a son, he's on drugs. Okay, I've given him over to y'all, but I pray for him over and over, you know.
Correct.
And I'm going to continue to pray for him. About a week or so ago, he called me, you know, after the incident had happened about a week. He told me he had been hit in the head with a hammer.
Whoa.
About someone, you know. So I constantly try to tell my son, you know, who he is, who we are as a people. I've been telling him that now for about 2 weeks. Hasn't worked. So, and I realize he has his own walk. Yahweh has his own road for each one of us to go through.
Right.
So that vexes me, but you know, I give it to the Most High, like I said, it's faithful.
Hallelujah.
Now, the next thing that's vexing me, I have a brother. You know, Brother Dex, I don't expect you to remember, but I've been in this walk now about 5 years.
Okay.
A little over 5 years. The first time I ever called you a show, I was in New England, Mississippi. And I'm back in Seattle now. I've been, you know, back and forth for a minute. I came into the truth around, I want to say about 2014. And at that time, you know, I'm living in sin. I was living with my significant other. He and I have been together for like 22 years. About 20 years at that time, maybe. And wasn't married, whatever. But and I came into the truth, listening to your show. And yeah, my house burnt down. Our house burnt down after that. We went our separate ways, but it all worked out for the better for me. I ain't living in sin no more. Keeping the commandments.
Hallelujah.
You know, doing what Yahweh has me to do to the best of my ability.
That's all we can do with Coach T. Go ahead.
Absolutely. So yeah, about 2 years ago, I have a brother. Every now and then, I think I've heard you mention that someone watching your show, listening to your show from the Philippines.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, that's my oldest brother. My oldest brother is Dale Burkett. About 2 years ago, he sent you an email. Of course, he lied in the email, and he even said that he came to visit me.
I remember that civil war y'all was having with each other. Y'all wanted me to referee y'all family squad down there. I remember that.
You're absolutely right, Brother Jacob. But now, so a couple of weeks, about 2 weeks ago, you know, he got involved in some little scam, you know, that's credit to this truth, okay? So he does it anyway. And then every next week he's sending me something about, you know, an email from Bill Gates. So we kind of got into an argument. So the first thing I did now, we're in Messenger, you know, F-U, so I think him a lot of F-bombs. I've repented for it, but I just want him to know, if he's listening to the show, that him being a Hebrew, all of us being a Hebrew, it has to be more than lip service.
Right.
Correct.
You can't be a Hebrew and hate your brothers and sisters, even though a lot of my brothers and sisters are Hebrew. We know that. But you've moved to another country to be with a Catholic woman who's told him he's gonna be Hebrew, but she's about to say Catholic. And these are the things I'm talking about. He wants to tell everyone his business, but not his own. Do the right thing. Be a Hebrew and real.
Yeah, sister.
Same message.
Yeah,
I want to get to him if he's listening to this show.
I'm sure he is listening to Coach T. I'm sure he heard you loud and clear. Go ahead, Daniel.
No, I was just saying this is what we're talking about. This is an in-house problem that's because that's who we're gonna be around. So
right.
You gotta get it in your system, get it out of your system, so to speak, who you could stand to live with for 1,000 years starting out. And do somebody want to live around me for the next 1,000 years?
That's right.
So once that get handled, but all that's got to be governed by obedience.
Right.
Anything outside of that, it just hit a little bit at Micah 7 before we talk about 46. And so these problems, this ain't just the Messiah's focus in Matthew 10.
Correct.
The enemies of the household. This is the Old Testament. So for those who even think, oh, the Romans put that in there so you love all other nations. No, it's Micah 7:6, you know. Read a little bit of that for me. Wow.
Micah 7, chapter 7, verse 6. For the sons dishonoreth the father. The daughter raiseth up against her mother. The daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, and a man's enemies, or the men of his own house. Therefore, Therefore, I will look unto you, the Lord. I will wait for the God of my salvation. My God will hear me. Rejoice not against me, O mine enemy. When I fall, I shall arise. When I sit in darkness, the Lord shall be a light unto me. I will hear the indignation of the Lord, because I have sinned against him until he plead my cause and execute judgment to me. He will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness.
See, and when you read like the verses up before that, it's telling you, no, put your trust in a man or in a friend counselor. It has to be a guide, somebody that keep guiding you toward the scripture.
That's right.
Then again, they say, but this is going to cause the same problem we have in Jerusalem, the same problem you having right now, the same problem we have in Israel. We can't get it right because we don't know what we're supposed to be doing.
Right. The one last thing I want to mention. Now, I fellowship with some people here in Seattle, and I love them to death. But yesterday we got into the debate a little bit about tithing. Because I'm not paying tithing. I'm not going to do it. I will do 2 more offers to keep our family food and whatnot. So we're going to have a powerful debate. So what I'm asking is how, I don't want to disrespect any Hebrew man. I'm learning my place, but I don't want anyone teaching me something that I don't believe. That's not, for paying tithes, 10%. I want to be around Hebrews that are going to do what the scripture says. And that's the last issue that I went through yesterday. And like I said, it's no analysis, towards legitimate and all. I mean, I want to fellowship with other Hebrews, but man, I want us to be on the same page. Yahweh has supported me to start reading the Bible. I read the Bible, and for 3 years, I'm constantly reading. I'm constantly growing. And so that's why a lot of people, like my brother, when we get to different arguments, I see, for me, the knowledge of the scriptures is what we're supposed to be doing. I'm doing that. I'm trying my best to. I've seen that. But some people are constantly, they have, well, I think Yahweh is showing me that I is just reading now.
You in the wilderness of the people.
I'm telling you.
So it just, you just have to understand, you're looking for that covenant when it's in your mind and your heart and soul, where you ain't got to.
First was like prayer for my father. I left the hospital stay with him last night. He's doing a little better. And I tell you what, your message today just really hit me to where I'm living. They gone out cutting on a man at 82 years old. And I disagree with the surgery. He hasn't been right in about a month and a half, but got a chance to really battle with those. And I tell you what, they just don't give us the same care that they give them heathens.
No, they don't.
Y'all work it out where he's giving us some good care, but we're going to be there watching in 24 hours. Brother Jacob, you guys had mentioned earlier today, when I first started listening on my way home, we have to fight it out. And I remember being in church all the time and being in the ministry, and I always debated with those preachers about, you want to get out of here and go to heaven. I've been through so much hell on this earth that I'm not going to see it go down any other way. I want to see the heathens get there. I don't want to be here to the end.
Hallelujah.
I want to see what it's going to look like. Wherever I might be, wherever it might go down. But sitting up here looking at this orange-haired bastard Trump, this Kavanaugh mess, man, I just want to see this stuff go down.
I want to see him too.
Something earlier, Brother Jacob, about the supernatural power.
Hallelujah.
I'm just sitting back in the cut now, just saying, bring it on, from Indonesia to Los Angeles.
Yes, sir.
Bring the destruction, because they will deserve the destruction that they have sown up on us. And I looked at my dad yesterday, how they just dissed his service. And,
Hallelujah.
It has to be a fight.
That's right.
But I did have a serious personal question because I like to keep my personal business in order. And I was looking at burial plans. And I've never looked into the subject until the other day, and I just need some information from you brothers. Cremation, is it okay or not? I don't know.
It's not the preferred biblical burial of mankind. Look.
But if you ain't got enough money to bury your loved one, and that's the cheapest plan you can get,
or you got to give them to the potter's field, you know, and that's unmarked grave area. But these are the things that the script talk about, having your affairs in order. So
right.
Correct.
Abraham had a document that lasted over 400 years that he purchased for Sarah. That same land, they carried that document through the captivity in Egypt and went back to get it when Jacob died.
Right.
So
that's right.
they had the insurance policy for the longest to make sure, but this the deal. The script say bury you back in the earth. They were buried in mausoleums, or like what you would consider a cave, but it's just a death chamber. No, cremation is not the natural, because the Most High say, I'm gonna cremate all them that disobeyed my word at the end.
That's
so,
right.
You know,
but our Elohim,
head start, but
right. But our Elohim can resurrect them ashes, so that they can come and face the judgment.
Those who there were innocents probably in the tower buildings, them 911, you know, the Sirius towers, whatever it was, that burnt up. They got cremated.
Correct.
You get burned up in a car accident, you are cremated.
And Nebuchadnezzar tried to cremate Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Right, sure did.
Well, so we're not saying the practice is there, because look, we didn't start embalming until we got in Egypt. That's an Egyptian doctrine. Before that, we would just put you in the ground quickly, or put you in the cave and seal the door, roll a stone there, because a lot of times there's low elevation levels, like in New Orleans.
Correct.
They all their graves above ground.
Above ground. And of course, being realists in this walk, a lot of poor folks, somebody unfortunately died, you know, insurance papers nowhere to be found. Average funeral thing costing up with $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 now. You can get somebody put away with that $900 cremation deal. That may be your only option with that particular loved one. And hell, somebody may see that as their only way out. To keep their people from being turned over to the city.
Right.
With me walking in the walk that I'm in, would your best advice be for me to go ahead and be buried in the ground? Because my younger son, I talked to him about it. He's like, no, Dad, no, Dad. So I thought I'd get some more information before I would hurt one of my loved ones. You know, that's my baby boy, and he doesn't want me to do it.
Well, all my people have always been buried in the ground. And, you know, I would want my little daughters to come to my little funeral and, you know, and
go
watch me.
where you came from.
Right, that's right.
But it's going to go back to that regardless. Like I say, you know, you got Adam, you know, and say he basically was buried in a cave, or the like caves go underground. So it's still underground, you know, but the ashes, that they're going back to where they come from. So it's the soul that we really truly have to understand and think about.
Correct.
When you're thinking about this situation, where does it end up and where does it go? Because that flesh is just corruptible flesh, just returning back to, you know, to the dust.
Right.
That's all that is. That ain't you. So when you're thinking about it from that perspective, but the natural order, bury them back where they came from. If that's in the dirt, if that's possible to do, if you're in shape to do it, by all means, take that route if you're capable of doing it.
Hallelujah.
Right. And like I said, I'm doing a pre-need, so I can adjust and do everything right now. I just need to know to make the right decision. And the sister that was just on a few moments ago, she talked about a brother that was on drugs. My prayers be with your brother. That's the route I took, and I got hit in the head with a big brick one time, and y'all spared me. So I pray the same salvation for your brother, sister. Just continue to stand strong, because I know what that stuff is all about. And Brother Jacob, I just want to thank you brothers, all my Hebrew family, and you brothers in particular. like-minded people because I don't listen to anybody else. There's few broadcasts I listen to. You can't even get me to go to the church. You know, I live here in the land of TV snakes and Ricky snakes.
Correct.
And these other snakes here.
That's right.
In their church and stuff. Man, but I'm ready to really see this thing go down. And I want them to I want these heathens to keep doing exactly what they're doing. And as this last thing, why in the world did that man in Chicago get first? Well, he should have had first-degree murder.
Absolutely, absolutely. They let him off the hook with that second degree so that they could give him 6 years and he'll be out in a year.
Yeah.
He'll be out in 12 months.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff I'm just looking and I'm excited about what they're doing because I know something's coming behind it, and I'll be able to, like you say, we're the remnant. And the remnant, I want to stay here and see what's going to happen. And I just say, like you, brother, tear their ass up.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Hey, thank you, brothers. Love you, brothers, and have a great week.
Appreciate the call, Hebrew. Shalom.
Shalom.
Daniel Solomon, boy, we don't screen these calls.
No.
We take them as they come.
Yes, sir.
We're doing a good service for our people.
Instant in season, out of season.
Hallelujah. You're going to send us home. Shalom, you and I, who we speaking with?
Shalom, Sister O'Day out of Hampton, Georgia, by the way of ATL.
Hallelujah, Sister Soldier. Good to hear your voice.
There ain't no easy way out of this. You give your life, you should live again. That's the easy route if that's what you're looking for.
Those trying to save their life shall lose.
Right.
Their life. Come on.
I mean,
those who try to save their life shall lose their life.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to hit. These plagues are going to hit all over the world.
We're witnessing it right now. Show upside.
Yes, sir.
It just ain't going to be America. It's going to be all America partners.
That's all the Gentile nations.
5 cities, just like the 5 cities, Sodom and Gomorrah.
Correct,
The
Daniel
only
Solomon.
one that remained was Zohar, what Lot escaped to.
That's right.
But all the rest of them, all this they had hand in, all of them was little Vegases.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I'm going to leave off with this. I ain't following no heathens, especially our enemies. If they not confessing that Elohim is Elohim, and that they're going to bow down to him, and that they're going to bow down and serve his people.
That's right.
And admit and acknowledge what they've done and repent for it. Then other than that, I ain't getting none of that. I'll get none of that.
Hallelujah.
Use the word for yourself. Ask for wisdom, knowledge, and most of all, he said, understand it, and stand on the word of God. Be not moved by the tradition of man and their belief and their opinion.
Hallelujah.
That being said, one love, shalom, may the Most High continue to cover the remnant of Israel, 12 tribes worldwide, and cover each and every one of you brothers, and bring forth this message as y'all do for us. Psalms 91 cover us all. Long live the King.
Yahoo.
Shouts out Jeremiah.
Hallelujah. Daniel Solomon, give me a last word.
You know what it is, Jake, y'all. Let's keep these commandments and live, y'all. It's the late hour. We still trying to figure out our feast days. We got a long way to get caught up, y'all, in a short matter of time. Keep the commandments and live, at least die trying.
At least die trying. Tobias, give me a last word.
No matter how hard it gets, Zion, never give up. Keep fighting. Never give up. Shout out to Brother Isaiah. He made the class yesterday. He want to thank everybody, the worldwide family, for y'all prayers.
Hallelujah. My last word is seek the Most High while he can be found. If it's the Most High's will, we'll open up this platform tomorrow evening for Open Line Monday / New Music Monday. The new platform is coming. Be a little bit more patient, Zion.
Right.
Help us if you can. We must do this because we can't depend on nobody else. And if it's the Most High's will, it's going to get done. So until next time, shalom to the 12 tribes worldwide. Be good.